Welcome back to Dark Skies, Random Impromptu. This is episode 13, titled Highball. Letty received a voicemail from a contact with Continental Brands, a former subsidiary of Petrochem, and now kind of in the market to do their own thing. A very fun company based out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, but with offices and such in Night City. They in that instance, through their intermediary, have contacted Letty for corporate discussion over pizza at a very, very old restaurant known as Pizza Port. Those of you who are arriving at the scene as you were requested to arrive at the location will note that Night City is a very tall city. It goes up, goes down, goes all around. And there aren't very many buildings that are just very kind of homey or small or nice or just, you know, like non-modern. Um, this is one of the exceptions. But strangely enough, it's built in such a way that it's like, it almost looks like a car settled inside of a garage compared to the rest of the space around it. Just a small little restaurant. It looks like it's been built around, over, under, in all different ways, but it seems to have kept its structure since the 90s. That said, you arrive on the scene. It's a nice enough little restaurant. Again, not a lot of space in the place, but old timey style of kind of handling guests. Hostess at the front. You say that you have a table reservation, and you head on over to the table. Now, despite that kind of formality of a host, it's more like an Applebee's in kind of atmosphere than it would be compared to like a fancy restaurant. Um, why are you giggling at me?
Or at the corner of good food and
I
good times.
I
Oh,
finally read the chat.
fair. Oh, nice claw. Not
Yeah.
no chi cow. Um,
He had to get it out.
That's fair. That's fair. The point is when you get to your table, I mean, it's very much like a pizza joint that you would expect in kind of like current age, with the kind of strange exterior of the large diner windows peering out into a mess of Night City, right here, not too far away from both Wellspring and the Night City Center. It's kind of just in that intermediate place. For those of you who were dealing with the SSI issue just the other day, you'll note that you're probably maybe 3 or 4 blocks up the road from the market area where Office 21 was located, Sempra Market.
Mm.
So you arrive, and your appointment's there waiting for you. Looks like he's already got a pizza out on the tray, kind of like elevated above the table. There's a couple of places already settled. It looks like he planned for 8, so it's a larger kind of grouping kind of area. So not like a booth setup or anything. And he already has a pizza on his plate, but when he sees you kind of entering in, you notice that instead of going for the pizza and eating it, he kind of waits. And as you approach, um, he would say, Letty, right? I recognize you from your corporate picture. Please have a seat. And I'm assuming your guests or your associates will be here sometime soon, right?
Yes, I think that they will be here soon.
Okay, great, great. Well, it's nice to meet you in person. I'm Bill, Bill Hagan, and glad you got my messages. I'm glad we were able to set this up. And sorry if I'm kind of in a bit of a tizzy. I just have been having a hell of a day. A lot of stuff running around doing. Um, yeah, it's just been a crazy week. I mean, whew, crazy stuff. But we'll wait for your folks. And if you want, I mean, any kind of prelude to what we're doing here, feel free to ask. And then he kind of
Um,
starts picking up the pizza slice, folding it in half, and kind of eating it that way.
mm, he knows how to eat a pizza. She'd go ahead and Is it it's like a waitress comes around, right?
Yeah, and the pizza that he's got out is big enough that it would accommodate a group of 8. But I mean, if you see a waitress and call him down to order what you want, that's fine.
Yeah. She'll order a salad and then also another pizza to come after a bit because she knows the guys.
Oh, okay. Well, this one was ordered specific, and Bill says, just go ahead and put another one on it. It's fine. It's
It
fine.
it can go in my tab.
No, I got it. It's okay.
Are
You're,
you sure?
you're doing me.
My boys trust me.
Well, that's fine. I mean, it was a bit pricey.
If it gets too much,
He kind of like leans in. It's like it's one of the only places you can actually get real food for a moderately good price. And as you kind of look down at the pizza, like the pepperoni it's real. It's not faux. It's not an all foods kind of deal. So it's
yeah.
definitely interesting. And he says it's okay, not a problem.
Just,
if we
let
go
me
over
know.
if we go over 2 pizzas, you can get the next one.
Alright.
You all start funneling in, and to kind of save the pleasantries of the initial conversation between Bill and each individual, we'll just kind of move to character descriptions for the people who have not played with each other. Zach, go ahead and give us a description of Guinea, and then I'll have the Hogwatch give theirs.
Yeah, Getty is pretty weather worn. He's looks to be all of his age of, what did I say, 49, something like that. He looks very muscular, but unnaturally so. Like his body, his posture reads like that's not how he's supposed to be built. Uh, you get the impression that he's just worked and had a hard life for every last bit of these 49 years. Bright red hair, kept dyed to try to avoid going gray.
Right, and then Cam and Gina.
Oops.
I'm that ugly.
I'll go all at once. Wasn't sure if you wanted to go first. I'll go first. Gino
for it.
is a kind of tall Italian man. Comes in. He's got a little black hair, a little curl. Wearing some the name of it, some funky clothes. Has a bit of a strut to him. Nice little law badge on there too.
Yep, member of NCPD by the shield on his chest there, but it looks like he's in kind of plain clothes besides.
Seeing the badge, Guinea would be a little trepidatious, but he understands he's on the job.
Oh, we got another one.
He's like wearing a vest, but he's like wearing like some like real odd clothes over it. Like he doesn't look like a cop. Like
So-
he looks like, but it's like a fun cop.
Yeah,
If there's
On top, okay.
and
Oh, that changes everything.
this isn't the first time that someone's been like reluctant in
Oh
front
God,
of Gino.
yeah.
Yeah, so it'll probably be funny once Zach F describes their character and probably leans into it. So Zach, describe Cam, and yeah, these two
Cam.
coming as a pair, by the way.
Yes. Cam
Well, he-
is wearing a big, like, heavy black overcoat, and underneath there's a, like, combat vest with a big N54 logo. One change for those of you who have seen Cam is he's now got a multi-optic mount installed and multiple cyber eyes instead of just the one. And just a lot of fucking eyeballs on his head.
Yeah,
as
isn't it like
well.
5?
I forgot about the
7
eyeballs.
in
Yeah,
total.
Jesus.
If you count, it's 5 additional cyber eyes in addition.
Okay. Start it
It's
up.
like one big, like, it looks like a bug eye almost instead of a forehead.
Quick question, because multi-eye mounts, they do have different variants. Obviously, the one we're familiar with is from Edge Runners, the guy with the 3, right? But there's also another guy in Edge Runners who has them on the back of his head. So, like, you don't have to put them all into one side. The mount can be wherever you'd like. So, if you want to place them, like, on your temples, back of your head, if you want, or if you just want the big compound, I'm cool with that too.
I
That
think
would
that's
be a good
kind of
360 view.
it would be more three-dimensional if that makes sense. So instead of straight like flat like mounted on, there'd be like two that kind of point out on a periphery almost, and then like the rest of them generally pointed forward.
Got it.
So he's got more peripheral vision than a regular human, but probably not full 360
Okay.
or close to 360.
And quick question. This is just for me. Do you have a brain dance recorder in your Neuralink?
Double checking. I don't
Okay, because
think
I know you
so,
did some
but
upgrades in
I'm.
between sessions. If you want to have thrown a BD recorder on, that would be cool. Because that's also
I was
super
thinking
helpful.
about it. I need to double check my math on my cache before I can confirm if I have that or not.
Okay,
I
absolutely
need
fine.
like 5 more minutes. Sorry.
No worries. And so, finishing your description, compound ice, I would have stopped you there. Go ahead.
Yeah. He's a big guy, well built, and young, very very green, and just like super bouncy, super enthusiastic. He's like probably poking at Gino as they walk in.
All right. So everyone's situated. Bill says, "Well, great. Looks like a fine-looking crew you've got going here." So now I know in the past that you've had a run-in with this lowball fixer fellow when you were recovering our, lost shipment. So again, thank you. But this fellow lowball has been causing me some issues, and I know it's not good for folks who run on the streets out here in Night City to kill a job creator. But Continental Brands would very much like it to be the case that Lowball dies horribly, preferably horribly, and in a manner befitting someone of his ilk. Is that fair?
That is understandable.
And I know that obviously this isn't an official request from corporation to corporation. We've just, well, we don't exactly have a huge market presence here in Night City. All Foods beats us out in our food production, and our guns are already beaten out by budget arms out here. I mean, we do fine in the Midwest, and we've got some processing plants out in London. But the point is that so this guy has been causing us issues here in Night City with everything we've been trying to do, and every time a shipment winds up missing, it's him. It's always somebody saying, "Well, it seems that this fixer lowball is selling more of this shit on the streets," and I'm not keen on it. It's low and it's beneath decency, and he is definitely just. It seems like he's pointedly doing it to us, and I think he might be some kind of other corporation like plant or something. But that's just a hypothesis. That's not something I'm terribly concerned about. Now, I do know, obviously, you're a corporate lady, so it's obviously not something you're going to do just because somebody else in a different corporation's fond of it. So to kind of make the deal sweeter and make it a bit of a corporate agreement here, I do know that pretty strong hypothesis anyway that they're actually working for Petrochem, this lowball fellow, and it seems like they're trying to muscle in on other markets, specifically your Chew 2 production and the biotechnical flats down in the south. Word is that he's got quite a few folks he's employing who are actually squatters out there in some of your fine facilities on the south side of the city. Now, I can't confirm that. That's just rumors I've got. And I can send you or your fine representative, Nina, the information that I have regarding those possible leads. But I can tell you right where he is right now, where he's been hiding out. And you and your crew can go on over there and maybe teach him a little thing about corporate respect. And if he has any documents or anything on him, you keep them. Those are for you. And you don't have to share any of that information with little old me or our little old corporation. All you have to do is give me evidence, preferably in the physical variety, that this son of a bitch is dead. And if that's the case, he looks down at his pizza, pours a little Parmesan on it. Then
No
we're
red
good.
pepper.
Oh no, he's not a spice boy.
He's from Tulsa.
He's not a spice boy.
All right, whatever. I think that we can work with this. It has been a while since we've checked the plant down there.
I don't know if this is like a horrible, like if this is a slur or anything, but lily-livered, I think would be the best way to describe him. He's
Little liver.
lily-livered.
I don't think that's a slur.
I don't know. I'm just.
It is now. You're canceled.
Lily
John.
livered?
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a slur, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's
I would put it on that end of the
It's an-
spectrum.
It's just
an
a
insult, but
coward.
not a slur.
Yeah.
he's a fancy
Calling someone a
man.
coward.
He's a yellow belly.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
yellow
You
belly.
got me talking like him now. Also, you've developed that voice like sentence 4, by the way.
Also, how dare
Not intentional.
you bring my hometown into this shit?
Oh, no, I didn't do it. So, it was funny, I was doing the research for Continental Brands, and I'm like, oh, cool, they were formerly
Wait,
a
they're-
sub... Yeah, go ahead and Google
How-
Continental Brands Cyberpunk, and then, yeah, go to it. Like, I'm
No
not kidding.
way.
Take a little Google break.
Cyberpunk.
It's probably a good stream.
Yep, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oh my
Well, we-
fucking god.
Yeah.
You've been a corpo for real all along.
Little did you know.
Son of a bitch.
Might have to switch.
Dang,
Maybe the
that's
corporation
funny.
over here.
You're opening your mouth too wide.
Here. Here.
There you go.
Nailed it. Alright.
Alright.
Higher.
It was...
So
I'm sorry, hold on. To address Zach's accusation that it developed sentence 4, it was in my head. It may not have been spilling out.
Like I said, you're
I
just
didn't
warming up.
catch it
You-
for a good
you-
minute.
You're just warming
Tom
up. It's
called
fine.
it. He
Did,
was
did
warming
this
up.
guy start talking like Dale Baskets? Now let me tell you something.
let me tell you.
Oh, that's good. Okay, but yeah, so yes, that's what he lays out. He starts eating his pizza, and again, the pizza on offer on the table is joined by another pizza. But for those of you who partake, it's the best pizza you've had in Night City. Bucket Slice is garbage. It's like eating cardboard compared to this.
Just to
They'll
clarify,
eat garbage after.
X
Hey,
is
you
gonna
must know
stack.
Geno's.
X is gonna stack 2 slices on top of each other and attack that. Not fold. 2 separate slices.
Do you fold after stacking?
Sure, if I can.
Yeah, you can. This is like a
Cram that whole thing in my mouth hole. Let's go.
This is a
The thin crust.
floppy pizza. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
is,
Yeah.
Well, Gino would take half of one of them, to just like fold that, and then hold it like old New York, and just
Oh yeah.
like, damn, this shit's
I
good, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, head over the Parmesan there. What's his
Just like-
name, Bill?
Yeah, he passes over. Just like
Give me
my
that
mom,
Parmesan.
just like Mama used to make.
Yeah,
What did they mother used to make?
The slow ball never gave me a job or bought me fucking amazing pizza. So yeah, I don't care. And Cam, what the fuck did you go home with a fucking spider that night? What the hell's going?
I don't know what the fuck I went home with, man. I woke up so fucking alone and so fucking hungover. Holy shit, dude!
Yeah, no, we
I
were
was
just
covered in
talking.
bite marks.
You,
It
me, and
was
Up.
fucking crazy. Oh man, dude.
X is gonna zone out a little bit as he remembers that Razor, I believe, was with us at the bar that night. Not one of the ways I wanted to go out either.
Bite of pizza.
Yeah. No, I mean that's how it goes, and this pizza's not gonna eat itself.
And Razor ain't here to help.
Yeah,
This one's for my friend.
yeah. And so is this third one.
That's why you gotta stack them 3 deep.
Well, that third one, can we get a little anchovy? Maybe a meatball?
Uh,
Maybe
So the pizza
some
that
pepper.
you're eating
Hey, you order a fucking margarita pizza.
is pepperoni, and he'll say,
Oh,
"Look, listen, folks. I'm gonna let you know. If you want to eat anything else at this joint, it's not gonna be as good as the pepperoni. Everything else is It's he kind of takes a second. You see him kind of look at Letty like, "Oh, I can't finish the sentence," and then he kind of says, "It's it'd be fine. Yeah, if you want one, that's fine."
Alright, we can do a margarita. It's fine.
You gotta get
New
that
lane.
fresh mozz, huh?
Yeah, if I love my fresh mats,
Sure, fresh.
Some-
Yeah. Of course it's fresh. Yeah, sure.
Freshly synthesized.
quote unquote fresh.
So the
He's
address.
from something.
So the address is a little place down in the Glen. I'm not terribly familiar with Night City. I've only been here for a couple of months, so I've never really been down that way. My accent's changed. I realize
Yep.
that, and I'm working on getting back into.
Yeah,
cowboy.
you're heating up. You're okay.
No worries. Give me
Who
four,
are you?
You're at the. You want to be at the top of your mouth.
Give me
Yeah.
4 sentences. All right. Okay, so
All right. That's
Located-
all I gotta say.
located
That's
down
4
there
sentences, right?
All right.
in the Glen. I'm hoping you have some folks who are familiar with the area. Like I said, I'm not terribly, so that's just the long and short of it. Yeah, if you he passes his phone over. If you want to pull the deets on that, that's fine. When you're ready, just head on over there and pay him a visit, as amicably or non-amicably as you'd like. I believe busting the door down and shooting people is known as a Night City welcome. Is that right?
I believe that is true.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know anything about that, for the record.
Oh, me and the big guy do, huh? This fucking
Yeah.
guy over here, he's a fucking
Hey.
expert at that shit. You've
Sounds
been
right.
doing it since day one on the force, huh?
He says
That's
for
true.
he stops for a second. He says, "I know you from somewhere. I've seen you before. Where are you from?"
Oh, you fucking
don't-
knows. Come
I
on,
don't know,
give
you might,
him the
you know.
tagline. You've been on them new promos, Gino. Come on, feed
Oh,
it
what
to
do we,
him. I know you've been looking for it. Come on.
He just like whips out his guns like Hogwatch. He does like a still
And it's almost like perfectly timed because like the stoplight outside,
like hanging
on
like a piece of pizza hanging out of his mouth. Just
Yeah.
like, Hogwatch.
the perfect timing because outside like a bus pulls up to the red light and stops, and it's got the Hogwatch banner with like Orion Ono kind of arms crossed, like looking off into the air. It's got like a scene of like Gino
Cross armed
and
opposites.
Cam like beating the crap out of a cyber psycho. Yeah, it's that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is Cam part of the show as well? He's not just the cameraman. He's also.
Sometimes he gets on his own camera. Yeah.
Okay.
And there's also sometimes 2 cops and 2 cameras, so you'll see cameras cross.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then sometimes they just stop and do kind of interview bits, and then like it's kind of like you ever see like Nightline? Like,
Yeah.
am I right? Nightline's the one where they did like the To Catch a Predator shit. Like they have had
Yeah.
other
Oh.
specials.
Dateline.
Dateline.
Oh,
Dateline.
Dateline.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Nightline.
My brain was dumb. It did
Nightline.
dumb.
I
new-
I wanted
like
to.
New
or
show in
something.
Night City.
Well, I mean, if you want to play media, start one up. But Dateline. So it has like the
To
hosts.
catch a pervert.
Yeah, it has the hosts and they're talking, and then it has the people like who are on the scene. For lack of a better
Yeah.
like analogy, Cam in that instance would be who's the guy who catches the predator?
Chris Hansen.
Yeah, he's Chris Hansen,
There
and
you go,
also the
Cam.
camera of the cameraman, not the cameraman, just the camera. Anyway,
So
Okay.
hideouts in the Glen.
yeah, he passes you the address, and I will get that here in just 1 second on the map. But yeah, if you have any questions for him,
Forgive me. This lowball Z. No. You're after him.
I mean, I'd like to hope so. I mean, I haven't really pressured too much. We thought about hiring a security firm to go and check him out, but Militech's not allowed on the premises, so we don't really have our normal contacts who we would check up with. What with Night City not being a part of the NUSA and all. And then there's other security firms, but I'm not hiring Arasaka. They can go fuck themselves. And other firms we've heard about, not too terribly great. The local ones like that SSI whole debacle yesterday. So, it's just a bunch of shit. So I figured we'd just do it with private contractors and
Oh, I assure you we could do the job. I just.
sure. But
Any information you could share.
oh, certainly.
Yeah, SSI doesn't have shit for security.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that they probably wouldn't have served as a good security firm for the purposes. So that's fine. But yeah, mostly just.
Well, that's. I was going to ask. Well, that conversation's ongoing. Would a library search or any sort of like local knowledge tell me anything about said lowball and what we might be walking into, as opposed to just a blind Night City hello?
Sure. So lowball you're familiar with, and context-wise, like the group is familiar with. He was the asshole in the gyrocopter with a sniper rifle that barely got away after his pilot got scooped by Gino. So we're familiar with lowball. Lowball's a fixer. He does run in the Glen, but he also runs mainly in Santo Domingo. He tries to keep out of the Glen, at least from what you know he tried to keep out of the Glen, because you got hardcore, like, badass fixers in that region, Hungry included, but you also have people like Padre, Junior, some heavy hitters. So he being in, if this is accurate, if the information Bill here is putting on the table is accurate, then he's apparently more brazen than you could have guessed, because like that's not the place you'd want to be. But yeah, whoops.
Shit.
There it goes. He's out there in the Glen. Reggie, being a street kid from the Glen, kind of having risen in and around that area, you would know it's definitely right in the heart of Valentino territory. In actuality, it's like 2 blocks away from where Padre hangs. So, yeah, that's pretty crazy that if he is really there, like, what the hell?
I mean, is there any unspoken rules of, for like neighborhoods, like local leaders?
If he's dealing, problem. But if he's not, he's not. And
he's also halfway between Padre and Hungry.
Piecing together that N54 Hogwatch is at the table with me, I'm gonna text. Oh hell, what is the captain's name?
you just call him Captain for now.
Robbie.
Robbie, right?
I'm under the table texting him. Would it be a problem if I'm on Hogwatch?
No, fuck it.
Hell yes. He and I are both. He and I both watch.
And he's like, hell yeah! Can you get me on? Or do I have to go Cyber Psycho? No. Sorry. Hold on.
Let me get my foot in the door.
Hold on. Or do I have to go Cyber Psycho like your friend Razor did?
Oh. Oof.
Robbie is a bit.
And I text back, he what? Question mark. Because I don't watch the news.
Oh god.
Oh,
That's not good. That's not good.
Do you ask Gino and Cam about that?
No, it's
Okay.
I'm here at a job. I don't want to complicate matters. I just want to make sure he's fine with me being on camera.
He's fine with you being on camera. No qualms.
Outstanding.
But as before,
Put on a show.
Cam will, as has been mentioned before, if anybody who's worked alongside Cam knows, he can pass out a wreath which will cloak your face during segments that he's filming you.
I would take one of those wreaths.
Yeah, I'll give you one again.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, you would also notice like Reggie looks like fucked up.
Still, yeah.
Yeah, he looks fucked up.
Because this is like the day after, right?
Yeah, the damage is still there. Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
When he came in the pizza joint, he was actually mid ripping off like his armor jack and suiting on a new one.
Oh, well, he
Right.
did that.
They told him not to do it in the car.
He's not had much time.
Hey, fucking get naked in my car. Get the fuck out of here. But yeah.
Let's see. And so the payout is
So he
the
says,
keep whatever.
yep. And he says, you don't owe me anything, Letty. That's for sure. I'm definitely on the back foot here regarding our corporate exchange, and me asking you a favor like this. I know most corporations around here would probably say it's really brazen, and I should be doing it on my knees. I started with pretty expensive pizza. I hope that's shiny enough. But if it's not, that's fine. I absolutely am willing to wet your beak however you need. If you need armaments, cyberware, anything we can kind of transport out to you, that'd be fine. If you're looking for liquid, I can get you that too. Um, I'm thinking probably somewhere in the ballpark of around 20,000 for Biotechnica, or for you specifically if you're doing this off the books, however you want it to go, miss. And you pay your associates here as you pleasure. Or if they are looking for some treats, we can definitely scrap their pay and maybe give them something nice and nifty out the warehouses. Continental. Some of you folks probably already seen it if you've already, helped Miss Letty and I can't remember that man's name, the big one.
Henry?
That's the one, yeah. If you already helped him with that deal, then so much the better. But you know what we got. It's not the greatest stuff. I won't say it's Arasaka machine gun, but again, I hate those motherfuckers, and they can just get out. I'm real sad to be here, and I won't push my loyalties on you with the new USA and everything like that. So I know you Night City folks are independent, and you love your guns, you love your bang bang, you love your killing, and all that, and that's all well and good, but it's not like it was. And
Did you say the word armaments again?
yeah,
Armaments.
The way you said it.
armaments. What's wrong with that?
Nothing, sir. That was out of character.
Okay. Well, I replied to nobody because what the fuck?
God damn it, Giddy.
Okay.
That wasn't the Guinea voice. That was out of character. I just wanted to hear him say it.
But it sounds like I feel like Guinea would say some shit like that. I don't know.
No. I've always been professional in the meetup.
That's true. That's true.
Only in the meetup.
Yeah, after that, it's,
That shit's
I've-
out the door.
I've
That is
done-
out of this room.
I've
It's all
done better
blow
than
after
people
that.
would expect.
Out of the door for me.
There's some
being
blow in
canned the whole time.
between, but I try to keep that candid.
if I remember,
Right.
if I remember correctly, there was a solid murdering of an idiot cosplaying as Gomez from the Addams Family simply because.
Was
Bob
that
said
during the
so.
meetup?
I'm just saying. No, I'm saying
Guinea has rules, damn it.
this wasn't an argument against your professionalism. This was an argument for it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was still
Right.
trying to get the damn information out of the
Yeah.
guy.
Maintain a certain decorum in this place,
Hey,
sir.
here comes little Miss Headshot.
She said,
Myself
"Fuck,
kicked in the
Unacceptable.
ear.
fucking destroy him." Okay, I got no choice. I'm sorry. Sleep forever, buddy.
He
Sleep.
was gonna rip her clothes off.
I mean, yeah, that did
Potentially
happen.
take advantage of her.
That
Fair.
did happen.
And I
He said-
handled that.
And
And I
in
handled-
fight, they ripped
Yeah.
her clothes.
In an alternate universe, I kicked your ear off.
Yeah, in alternate-
In this universe, I shot Chad's leg off. So,
that's true.
focusing up. Any questions for
Anyway.
Bill before we move it in? So if that's the case, and if you're accepting, if you want gear and such, we'll discuss it after the job. If you want cash, we'll discuss it after the job. But we'll go ahead and focus in on this location. So if you're you're there with Bill and you're kind of doing your pre-planning. Reggie, you're pretty familiar with the area. You know that there's Valentino presence all about. It's not too far from the Night City Police Department in that region. I believe it's precinct number 3. Yep. And then, as you mentioned, Padre and Hungry are not too far from that location as well. It is a small building, kind of wedged into a bunch of other buildings, and the height of the Glen isn't super high compared to like Night City Center and all that. But it's a decently sized building that has been notated as the address. And based on what he was saying, it would seem that the address doesn't have like an apartment number, but you're pretty sure that it's either an apartment, like or an old like office building. If it's in that region, Reggie, you're not sure which of the two it is because you don't know the exact building, but you know the area, so you kind of have an idea of what building it might be.
Okay. So we'll get there and just kind of see what entrances it has.
Yeah.
Do we want to scope this out for a little bit, guys, or are we just? What
I'm
did you
happy
find
to
out?
circle the block.
I mean, I know that he exists and is in that area. I don't know anything about his setup. Like I said, never gave me a job or bought me pizza. Worthless piece of shit.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
any of his
There's
people
a
have
lot
gone
of those in
fucking,
this city.
psycho. I don't think we've done anything there.
Yeah, not to my
Well, they
knowledge.
probably don't go psycho because he lowballs them on their prices too much.
Right?
They
right.
cannot afford.
That
That's
shit's
like
all
Wonder, he gives
fucking
me shit.
analog when they lose
Wait,
a
hold on.
fucking limb, you know what I mean?
Didn't the guy say that he wanted him to die horribly? What if we turn low ball into no balls? Huh? Huh? Is that
Yeah,
that what's
a
about us?
fucking lesson.
That's a good one.
You
That's a
gotta
good one
fucking
too,
learn a fucking
Jack.
lesson that fucking way.
That's one way to do it. We
You don't know
could
what
use that.
kind of lesson we're teaching.
He did shoot a Gino.
We did.
Yeah, this is
Alright.
the guy that was on that gyrocopter.
Mm.
That motherfucker. Oh,
This guy,
He
this is the
did.
guy.
he's like checking his arm. He's like, this thing pop up. Oh yeah, he's gonna get this.
Do we know anything about that
See?
gyrocopter? Can we check a ledger or maybe check air traffic on it? Is it in the building? Is it near his location?
No,
Like, what if he
so-
flees?
So
I also had issue with it last time too.
yeah, if you discuss it, like they'll explain to you what the gyrocopter looked like, and it would be very clear to the cop, and then also you,
Okay.
as someone who deals with AV flight and having to log,
There's no way. Okay. I
this
just want to make sure.
this gyrocopter is basically like you ever see like those old 70s or 80s like action flicks where they build the
No,
thing?
really?
It's one of those, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
gyrocopter.
It's a gyrocopter.
It's a little piece of shit. It's,
Yeah,
it's
but
like
evil
basically a
mustache,
go-kart
too?
that flies.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
go-kart
I
that
shot, I
flies.
shot the fuck out of that thing too.
Yeah, it says Thanos on the back.
So that thing should be fucked.
Hell yeah, it's a Thanos on the back.
So
Mobile Thanos.
so this is a gyrocopter that's off the books. No title, no
Yeah.
paper trail.
If you want it, then we can.
I
Hit
won't
it
say
after.
no to you, miss.
We'll look at it.
Thing belongs to Scrappy.
If Guinea wants to keep it,
I can go fishing. It's not a big deal.
I'm just saying, we shut the hell out of it.
that is true.
Time to go shoot the hell out of this dude.
All right.
Yeah.
How are we getting there? I'll offer to drive. I know the two of you, I think, have a van. Do you want that kind of high profile?
Yeah, the Hogmobile.
Yeah, I mean, it's not very fucking protected, you know? Like, it's not gonna work if they shoot at us. But it's gonna be
I don't
great
expect
to,
a
like, get us
firefight
there.
in the van. I'm just making
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
we
I mean,
get
we can
there.
all fucking fit, you know. We cram in the back. There's plenty of fucking room. I'll drive. I don't give a
Oh
shit.
no, I'll drive. I'll drive myself.
Yeah,
Much
you-
obliged.
Okay.
Can I ride with
Hey.
you, Guinea?
Of course.
Well, you don't want to come in the van? Come on.
No. It's just
fucking
I don't
Marty,
wanna-
the fucking
Don't get
van.
me
I
wrong.
don't wanna
Don't get
cramp-
me wrong. I'd love to ride the
The Blind
Hogmobile.
Pig van? You going
Yeah,
to be in the Blind
buddy.
Pig van?
Big fan. Season 2, when you like
I'll
jam
let you
that guy
fucking
through a
drive.
toilet.
I'll let you drive.
Not in one, through it. Radical.
Not in one, through it. That's really good. Okay, so if just a quick muster. I do love the banter. So I should probably just let this go for the whole session. But who is going in Guinea's car or Guinea's tech? No, you're not. You're not in technical. You're in the
I'm in the Rover.
Land Rover.
I mean, things were
How
okay
many
when I rode
does
the
Land
boat to the
Rover
port.
fit?
so-
We don't have to
6.
bring the big fucking giant.
I can
flat
drive all. I
van.
can drive all 6 of us.
Like, if we don't want to take the big giant advertisement, we don't have to. You know, it's fine.
That's your call if you don't want to take it.
I mean, why don't you guys just film an episode on this dude and we'll do our thing, and everything will be fine.
Offer stands.
He's not
Up
a
to you.
psycho, though.
Do you know that?
Doesn't fit the premise.
Quick, hold
Do you
on,
know
hold
that?
on, hold on.
You tell. Are you
Hold
saying
on.
you're not gonna film?
Hold on. Wait. So what I need for you to do right now, and this is for Gino as well, and I know Gino's probably not going to get it, but I'm still going to have you roll.
Oh, I've
Well,
been
actually, you
muted
might.
this whole time.
No worries.
Been muted this whole time.
So I believe it's
Don't
under
bet against your players.
education, and we're looking for criminology. Go ahead and make a criminology roll.
I don't even know if Chino's like the
Fucking genius, bruh.
Okay, you're like, we're not
I'll
even
be goddamn.
I know all the
Yeah.
laws.
You're like, we're
I
not
know
even,
the criminals is.
Oh.
He's not bad either.
I'm gonna go one too,
you're
huh?
like, we're not even gonna film. We're not even gonna film. Then you're like, hold on a second. This is the motherfucker that shot us when we were going after that cyber psycho Nat that we recovered and got to
Oh, yeah.
Regina. Once we got her there, they were saying that there might be other people like Nat who are involved with this lowball guy, and the reason why he's able to lowball people is because he gives them shoddy cyberware. And you're like, maybe this dude is worth putting, because we haven't finished the Nat episode. Maybe it'll be an addendum on that.
Right, I'm just saying, like, us going to interview him is probably not gonna work,
Oh,
but,
no.
like, I'm, like, on board to shoot us, like, shooting at him and, like, raiding his office and shit, like,
Yeah.
going through his fucking computer, absolutely, you bet I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
use
yeah.
that neural
Here's what
link to,
I'm
like,
thinking.
fucking download
You
shit.
fellas get your gear. We deputize the rover as Hogmobile Part 2. You film everything, and I don't know what this Bill guy wants,
Yeah,
but I
dude.
guess I'm gonna
I
ruin
am
this fucking
more
guy's
than
life.
happy to ride in the back seat and look over your shoulder with a fucking pistol, baby.
Hey,
I'm an expert at it. Ask the big guy right here.
yeah. So
That's
I'll
true.
ask him.
I'm not trying to be a director here, but
Facts.
I haven't watched every episode. I watched a lot, but partying and scheduling doesn't always work out. Have you guys ever had a castration on one of the episodes?
Who's
Season
doing the
3,
castration?
episode 4.
Do you want to do the castration?
No, I mean, I figured it'd be Cam, so he gets it all nice and close.
I mean, not very personal.
Let's get our
but,
hands on the fella before we decide
from
what to do with
afar,
his
how about
parts.
that?
Holy
I thought we'd just shove a
shit.
grenade up his ass.
Holy shit!
We'll
I
shove
mean,
what we need to where when we get our hands on the guy.
Oh my god.
I think it's gonna depend on some dimensions, right?
Right.
Brett,
What's
I
gonna
mean,
show
I got
up
a
better on
couple
camera,
grenades.
you know?
guys,
Because if we're not,
wait, hold on. I have to look at you. Brett just posted in the chat. Razor would do it. All right.
I think that means Reggie has to do it and shout for Razor as he's doing it.
This guy won't know what that means.
Yeah,
His
he
last
will.
moments will be so confused.
Razor was there. They scrapped. But anyway,
At the pearly gates, realizing what happened.
I gotta
What's
go
a
back.
razor?
There's some-
Amazing.
it's like you missed all the good times for the friends who passed
That's something I
away.
gotta finish.
And then you know, like castrating a man together.
Wholesome memories, you
Together.
know?
Okay.
Nice.
My God. My whole face is warm. I'm wearing a turtleneck. So, how do you want to proceed? You're all
I think
Everybody
we
riding,
on the scene.
everybody riding the rover?
All's in the
Yeah.
rover.
Everybody rides in the rover.
Gears in
Sounds
the
good.
Sit
rover.
on the scene and assess.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if it's in an office building, maybe we can get on top, do an access.
I'm willing
all the
to. I'm
way
willing to
down.
circle the block, get an idea of what we're looking at.
I'll circle block.
So the building in question is obviously the building in feature. It is about, 10 stories. No, sorry. Yeah, 10 stories. So we're looking at it from the roof. We're not able to see a lot of the underside, but it's a taller building. Not 10 stories. My brain's down. 5 stories. So it's like a little guy. And then the buildings next to it are equally kind of not terribly tall or massive. That said, the street does wrap around. On the back side of the building, it goes through area here, which is kind of like a valet area. So what you would be able to pull up with a data or library search is that this building used to be a hotel, changed to apartments, changed to kind kind of run down apartments during like the 50s, and then in like the 60s was bought out, and the space is now used by data firms, and they use it mainly to kind of receive and send data from here to a number of different space installations. So it's kind of
We
like
see
cross.
fire exits, things like that. We get like an outline of the building idea if we're circling it.
Yeah, so
If we're
whatever-
able to circle it.
Yeah, you can circle it, absolutely. What you see is what you get. There's a water tower up on top, water filtration and storage. There are a number of different kind of balcony levels, especially around again, knowing that this is the front, around the back, but it's also kind of a main entrance as well.
What's this building?
That building there,
Yeah.
that is, checking my notes, that is an apartment building, but it's mostly run down, and you would know it's kind of a scaffold.
What's the height difference between those two buildings?
Not much, 10 feet, if that. Also, keep in mind, the 5-story section is the middle. This is kind of closer to 4 stories on the wings.
Okay.
It'd be an easy hop.
Yeah, especially if you get onto that advertising sign there.
It's not a bad idea.
Are there any local news reports about that scav building or any kind of recent,
Fuck no.
heat? Okay.
Nah, dude.
I mean,
Cover
there you
the
go.
logo.
You're in the
There's our
Glen Pit.
point. There's our entrance.
Okay, so the plan is
Thoughts?
pop into the scaffold
Works for
and
me.
Yeah, I think
make your way up to the roof, and then hop over to the other side. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think-
As we're going through this abandoned building, I'll catch a stitch and have to fall behind for just a few seconds, but then I'll
bet you'll
catch right back
a
up.
couple stitches.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and adjust a couple things.
Okay.
Alright.
There's cameras and people I respect here. I need to be private.
Comes out and just like goes over and says, "Okay, let's go."
Oh man, they got powdered donuts around here.
He looks
Yeah,
like he looks like this.
Downstairs.
You didn't bring me any donuts.
Thought
you
I had
son of a bitch.
Okay, so you take your synth coke.
Maybe.
You
Yes, I do.
clandestinely take your synth coke, and nobody knows about it. And then you make your way towards the front entrance to this apartment building. Yeah, so once you kind of enter in, it's the tiles kind of all broken up. You can see kind of spattering of blood. Looks like it's kind of caked to a point where it's like probably not coming up, but also, no one's probably made an effort. All of the entirety of the space is pretty much just filled with a scent of like bodily fluids. Take your pick. It's probably somewhere in the conch smell. And there's stacks of trash bags kind of in one corner. You see what looks like a security gate that's been broken open that leads to a stairwell. There is an elevator, but the control panel is sparking and is in that red kind of glow state that would indicate that it's not functioning.
Yeah, we're not trusting that anyway.
I mean,
Man, it's like I already been here.
What do you think you can control from that, though? Like, is it just turned off, or?
I think if I try to connect to that, the only thing I'm going to be controlling is my death date. And I know that wasn't specifically mentioned on my list of ways I don't want to die, but
I'm adding it to the list.
it's maybe like number 6.
Cam takes out a notepad, writes it down.
You got a short list.
Noted.
No, there's more than 6. I'm just putting that in the 6th
Oh,
slot.
okay.
You know what? Never mind. We got work to do. I already talked about there's bodily food. Never mind. Let's go.
As you make your way up the stairs, on the second floor landing, there's like a hallway that leads into kind of the space proper. But there's also kind of in the corner a very kind of just rusty looking guy, kind of just laying / sitting, like some state in between those in the corner. His eyes are kind of glazed, and he's just kind of staring off into space as you kind of come up. And as you're looking at him, you would notice that there are about 4 cartridges next to him. Reggie and Guinea, and probably some of you more partying type folk, would recognize that he has his hands on some black lace, and it looks like he's already dispensed through most of it.
Not my business.
All right, yeah. If you walk past him, you walk past him. But yeah,
Hey.
That guy's having a night.
he is
Is he,
laced.
is he responsive at all?
He's not.
Okay.
Do you check him like for vitals?
Yeah.
Dead as
Yeah.
a doornail.
Oh, he's dead.
I'll grab
Yeah.
the rest of his lace.
He's got 1
Give him an ocular pat down.
dose of
That's the situation with an ocular pat down.
he's got exactly one
Disturbance, zero
dose
threat.
of black lace
Okay.
left.
Load it in my air hype. I'm kidding.
Well, you
Oh
don't
my
need to. It's
God.
already got its own administrator.
Okay.
But yeah.
I mean,
good
I'm
job.
not taking it.
You said you were picking
Right
it
As
up.
far as you know.
I mean, I'm not taking the note.
Oh no!
He's not taking it
I
right
don't-
now.
No, I meant not take as in like the proverbial.
No, I am
imbibing.
He's swiping it.
acquiring
Okay, so a couple of
in my drug pouch.
Sure, a couple of quick notes. The first thing that you see on it is that there is a brand logo or like a street marker, which is an 8-ball, and it kind of has like a clash look on the back, like a starburst pattern on the back end of it, like it's being hit.
Question.
Yeah.
Looking at how many doses he's taken, it's obvious he OD'd. The
Yeah.
drug is not extremely potent. I mean, it's potent, but it's not the effect of 1 dose that killed this man. Correct.
Yeah, it's not the effect of 1 dose that killed this man. It definitely looks like
Okay.
he imbibed at least 3 of them.
Okay.
And yeah, in all honesty, he was either really dumb,
Or he
the
wanted to die.
effects of the drug didn't immediately hit, and he thought that it wasn't working and kept trying.
Got you.
Could it be one of those 2 things? But yeah, if you ignore the dead, drugged out, dead, overdosed, dead, that guy, you head on up. The stairs have roof access. You get to a point where you exit out onto the roof. And if you want to go ahead and pull your tokens, if not, I can drag you in if you need me to. But you'll be right here up on this roof. Oh man, he's big.
You big boy.
Me too.
Why are you so
Big
big?
boy.
I didn't do nothing.
Because your
Oh.
map scale is wrong.
Your map's too small for us.
Yeah.
No, I see what happened.
They're just small buildings.
Why can't I do that?
Delete them.
Why won't? Why? I can't pull Letty over for some reason.
Too many beefy
wanna-
boys.
I'm doing it like I normally do. I'm sorry.
There you go.
Oh wait. Oh, I did it.
Oh,
Oh no.
more Letty.
No, no. No.
Oh, they all got deleted.
Get it out of hand.
No. I got her.
Got
I got
those
her, I got her.
sleddies.
I did take the lace. Ah!
No.
I'm seeing double. Okay, it should be set to rights now. Once you get up there, you'll note that the roof is not unoccupied. It does appear to have stuff on it that you weren't able to see from below. There does appear to be visible from this location. This spot here, it's not so much like a solid structure. It looks like it's just kind of a flat metal top with kind of beams that go up and hold it up. And underneath it, kind of parked inside, is a very familiar looking gyrocopter. Parked underneath this kind of overhead here.
Oh.
Is that just sort of an awning on 4 posts that we can see into?
An
Okay.
awning that underneath there's the gyrocopter.
Got it.
These ones here are a bit more solid. And then you also see that there's a very massive canister that appears to have explosive markers on it. It's probably Chew 2 that's used to kind of warm the space. And since it's California and there isn't really too much of a need of that, except for during the nights, they just have that be their warming instead of, connecting to the city. And then you would also see 2 assholes.
Always assholes.
I count 6. Oh, you're
7.
Other room.
okay. Oh, all right, sorry.
Such a goon.
Kind of hanging around on the roof. This one's
They're doing the laundry.
this one's sitting kind of on the steps, smoking a cigarette, and the door near her is open. And this one over here is kind of standing there. He has a, what has he got? Looks like he has a pistol in his hand and is kind of walking around, fancying himself to be some sort of dirty Harry. The guy off to the side there with the big pistol is wearing Kevlar armor, and this lady here appears to have an auto pistol, and she's wearing a light armor jack.
Do you want to try and take some of them out quietly?
think
Do
that's a good
you
idea.
have something to take them fucking out quietly? Because I have this, and holds up pistol.
And then
Thing isn't
Gino
quiet.
just kind of holds up a assault rifle, and then accidentally
Also not quiet.
the rocket pops
It
out of
can-
the arm a little bit.
Historically
Slaps it back
heavy
in.
footed, even
It's
on
real hard
footage,
to
we
whisper
have
in a
to
pirate
edit
voice.
out the audio.
I can try. And I'm unslinging my bow from my shoulder that has never left my torso in any time that any of you have seen me before.
We got the bow.
Wait, that thing fucking works?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Yeah, I practice a lot. I just
mean,
don't get to use
What
it.
is that thing, huh?
Hold on, line it up. And like you see Cam like kneel down to like get a good shot, like so he's on the level of the arrow as you fire.
Kitty's trying not to show it, but he's so fucking excited.
I mean, we don't know if it works yet. He hadn't hit anybody.
I can't promise shit.
I know it's gonna be hilarious. Either
Let me know what you can do in post.
Oh my god.
I mean, in post we could kill him.
Between the two
no,
of
Jump
them,
over
There's
there and knock him out.
They do a CGI like over the arrows shot, like Skyrim, like an arrow kill from
the
Skyrim.
death cam.
Some fire on the
Get your
end of it.
drone out there.
Do you want to follow on my mark? See if we can take the one with the light armor jack out.
What kind of mark?
Does that go?
When I try if I try to sneak over there and they see,
You want to jump the gap?
I will definitely jump this gap. Famous last words.
Just you can go from the top of the billboard. It's an easy jump.
It would probably be easier from the top of the billboard because height.
I'll give you a boost, and
But I will note that once you kind of make your way to the top, it'll probably be something you need to make a stealth check about because she's right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
the other guy, is he sort of looking off in that direction towards the north?
What about hopping here
You would
and
actually
then sneaking around?
see him kind of.
There's
move.
a height difference between those two.
Yeah,
because
this
of
one's
the
this one's
stairs.
higher up. I'm aware of that.
Oh, this one's not. You're correct.
You see
Yeah,
him
because
move
of the.
towards
I
the-
see him. I'm just curious. Is
Yeah.
he
you see him
of
move
his awareness?
towards the edge, and it looks like he's kind of looking out across the street at whatever this building is. But it also looks like he's kind of in active guard duty. The other thing you would note is he definitely looks like he is of a nomad persuasion based on his attire. You're not able to tell currently what markings
Sure.
he has or if he's a part of any families.
Not one of mine.
Definitely not a
That's what matters. Yeah. What do we got? We're like 20 yards out. 14.
14 meters. Yeah.
You can back up if you need to.
Mm,
And if you need to figure out the ranges, you can just click the archery without having shooting it, just so you can see the archery, just like fire table.
I'm gonna regret that. Oh
No, no,
fuck
no.
me! I'm so bad.
Shoot the bow. Shoot the
Damn.
bow. Like go to the bow section and click it.
That makes me so sad.
Right? Click attack.
Can just do
Yeah,
another
in
one.
the weapon category. Yep. So the range categories here we've got. It looks like your sweet spot is 7 to 12 meters.
Oof.
I'm gonna sneak right up on the edge. Like put a foot up on that.
Kind of get elevation so you can get to the height. Because remember, you're a
Yeah.
couple. This is a bit higher than this.
Right, right.
Not a shit ton, but a decent amount.
Okay, I've got a foot up on the ledge of that.
Okay.
I'm drawing a
Speed.
definitely not incendiary. Let's do armor piercing. That's the smart move. That's
Okay.
the smart move.
Are you aiming for anything specific, like her face, or?
I'll dump a couple points of luck. I'll go for a headshot.
Okay. And then Reggie, you're making your way up to the top of the sign. Is that right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a stealth roll.
Give me 1 second.
I knew I was
been
gonna regret clicking archery.
Yeah, I know that made me so
I was-
sad.
I saw it coming a mile away.
Where is stealth? Body?
Mhm.
There it is.
Okay.
So I have what's it called? Fumble recovery active.
Okay. So then,
So I don't have a negative to it.
got it. It's just a 15 then.
So it's a what is it? 14 plus 1 then?
It's a 15.
Where do you see the roll?
Down at the bottom there, it says 15 minus 2. We'd get
Oh,
rid of the
okay.
minus 2.
Well, it would have a 1. It would count as a 1, so it'd be a 16.
Yeah. No, it'd be a 15. But the 1's still on there. The first number is the
Oh,
dice roll
so
plus the
stupid.
modifier.
I got you. I thank you. Yeah.
Level 6 plus 8 equals 14
Yeah.
plus 1. Okay.
So on your mark, just making sure I'm clear. Am I waiting for you to get in range
you
of her?
try and let me get
Okay, I'll let you
like,
make
close,
the jump, and then
but
I'm
if they
taking the shot.
know, if they fucking know, then
If I
you
see
get
her
'em.
turn in our direction,
She does, and so what I'm going to say is like you see her moving and know that it's game time, and so when you fire, you rolled a 28, so you go ahead and do 15
keep
points
that.
of damage to her face. She's not wearing
keep
any
that.
armor, and so that'll double, and you'll watch as the arrow sinks into her nose, pushes out the back of her spinal column with kind of a sickening kind of, and you see the arrow slam into the wall next to her, like of the railing, or that kind of like little wedge there at the steps, and she just
look up at Reggie.
this guy does not seem to know or understand all the things that are happening, and Cam's just kind of like, yeah, yeah, I got all of that. I got all of that.
That's the trailer.
Money shot.
That's the trailer.
fucking love it.
Okay.
All right, so Reggie, you get up to the high point. You can see him. He's not looking in your direction. In fact, at this point, he's turned around and is kind of heading back towards the other side of the building. I'm going to place him there for now. If you don't operationally attack him in this kind of beat, he's going to walk to the other side of the building.
I want to try and jump from the sign down, roll to kind of like dampen the sound
Okay.
onto the roof so
Here?
that I can. Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics roll. Okay. Yeah, you do exactly as you said. You land right on the other side of the rail and kind of roll in kind of that same couple meters and like stop yourself in that position. And you can see inside of the door, it looks like it leads into what appears to be an elevator shaft like area. And the mechanism for the elevator is next to it inside of that space. So the exterior door just leads into the kind of elevator machinery, and also the last section where the elevator's located. Looks like it's a counterweight system. It's not the normal systems that are used in like corporate elevators or are more kind of traditional. It's an old style elevator.
Okay. I would update everybody with through my internal agent.
Okay.
Um,
Everybody's linked on Hollow, yeah.
Yep. And then I would say proceed with sneaking to the next guy.
Okay.
Question mark.
If you're making your
Get-
way,
Any, are you ready?
I got a shot.
yeah, if
I got a shot.
if you're making your way towards her body, you would see that she has a very heavy pistol. Looks like she has cyber hands, not arms, just the hands. And it looks like she also has a couple of hypos of black lace, as well as an old style, like think like Razor cell phone on her belt.
I'd snag up the lace.
3 more doses.
I think I know how I want to kill this guy.
And the lace has the exact same markers. If you're
In
on
my
your,
internal agent, I'd be like, "You guys want to kill a cyber psycho today?"
If
Fucking always.
if that's being said, I mean, I'm just
In
gonna
my, in the internal, like
Sure.
not.
I'm gonna let
I'm
you
not a-
know, like as you kind of turn your direction, Guinea, like you've got to beat on him before he starts moving. So it's gonna take Reggie a second to get there. Do you want to take a shot or do you want to hold? It's
You
like
say
a
3 doses
I-
total, John?
I-
3 doses I found total. Okay.
no. 4 doses.
4
total.
doses
3
I
on
found
her,
total.
1 on the other guy.
Okay.
And again, they all have that same marker. It's the 8 ball with the kind of splash background, like it's being hit.
Okay.
So, Guinea, do you want to take the shot or no?
No, I'll hold. I told him I've got a shot. I'll wait.
Then, because you were gathering up the gear and you didn't pull the trigger or throw the arrow, whatever the terminology is, he moves to there. Reggie, you're going to try and move up, is that right?
Yes.
Stealth check.
Give me a second.
Yeah, no problem.
There we go.
You move up to the thing, kind of hit in kind of like a Metal Gear Solid, like, against the wall, back to it.
Question: when I was rifling through her things, can I try and tuck her body? Like, do you see where I'm pointing? Or
If you're-
trying to point?
If you're doing that, we have to backtrack.
Then no. Then
Okay.
I was just wondering, like, if I was going through shit, if I could just. I
Go
mean, I
ahead
have
and
like a
position
body.
yourself on the edge of the thing. And then I need to let Cam know if Reggie is your quarry for video, he's basically out of sight. Like, so you've got a bit of a view on him, but it's not optimal because he is on the other side of. He'll be here, and you would be looking at him through the gyrocopter and the awning there.
Can I just try to climb up to the top of the billboard to get a beat from a higher vantage to
Yeah.
look down the way? I don't want to pop up too much, just enough with like,
Your head, just so you can see.
hey,
Yeah.
you got it.
Yeah, you managed to get a lock on him. Gino, seeing Cam go up that way, do you want to pop up or do you want to try and jump across?
He getting food.
Oh God.
As the guy moves, I'm letting Reggie know I've lost my sight on him.
I'm gonna make
He's heading south.
I'm gonna make an executive decision and just say Gino gets across to be there.
I was gonna say, hell yeah.
You're busy making pudding though. So X, what about you? Staying on this side with Letty and True, or
I'll hop over.
okay? Go ahead and make an athletics roll, and John retroactively go ahead and make an athletics roll.
That is under.
DV is
Body.
13.
So yeah, she definitely hops across, not an issue.
Oh.
Bit of a climb at the end, but yeah, you're not making a bunch of noise. And Gino, as deftly as Reggie did it, you're able to kind of hop across and get over.
I'm
X-
gonna try to go across if my character sheet will ever actually load.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
believe.
So Reggie, this is kind of a moment of truth situation. You're kind of doing the Metal Gear Solid peer out, and you would see that as he kind of makes his stop here, you see him kind of look around, pull something out of his coat, and kind of like raise it up to his face. Looks like he says something, but it's, again, you're kind of higher up. There's a bit of wind. You're not able to hear exactly what he says. And then as he says that, he's turning his attention this way, like he's going to start walking that direction. So he will basically be moving in your direction, like he's possibly heading towards.
Remember, that's not a wall, Reggie.
No, the wall. Yeah.
Oh,
No.
it's not a wall.
This is not a wall. This is kind of a position where you're kind of against the.
He's on the post.
The post, right?
Okay. Or under the thing. I keep forgetting there's a gyrocopter parked in
Yeah.
there.
And so like you're not able to see him through like this, and also like he's also over there, that kind of position. So, but yeah. So Reggie, you know that you're not invisible here. Like you're definitely.
Yeah, I'm ready to attack him.
Okay.
I
so
feel like I'm close enough.
if you want to go ahead and take your turn, go ahead and do it.
Okay. Would move. And then I would attack, and I would use pinpoint strike, going for his neck,
Okay.
trying to stun him. So pressure point strike.
Throw it. Okay. So because he's caught off guard, I'm just going to set a difficulty value for the attack, just base, because again he didn't know it was coming, of 10. So that'll hit. You hit him in the neck, and he suffers a What is it?
Concussion? No. What is it? Spinal injury?
Spinal injury. Yeah.
And we already discussed that he also takes the additional damage for the critical injury, right?
I believe. What does it say? If you hit suffers critical injury in addition.
Yeah, so the injury does cause the damage, so then that's fine.
Okay.
And he's still standing. And the critical injury, spinal injury.
I think he's stunned, basically. He can't move.
Yeah.
He can't take an action.
I didn't get the right one. I tried to roll it.
Just fishing for information.
Yeah.
I got a 1 in 12 chance to get the right answer.
I went for it. Critical injury charts aren't easily accessible for some reason.
188.
Okay.
I don't see spinal though. Lost eye, brain, concussion.
You're looking at. Oh, you did it to the head.
Brain injury. It's not spinal injury.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So he has a
No, spinal
concussion?
injury is the body.
If you hit your target
Next turn.
instead, suffers the brain injury, critical injury. Yeah. I'm on it. Hold
Wait,
on.
what? No.
What are you
I
talking
mean, I
about?
wasn't doing a call shot
Page
to his
187.
head.
It says spinal
Hold on.
injury. Next turn, you
spinal
cannot
injury
take
is
an
the- hold on.
action.
Is it
But
to the
hold on.
body or the
Hold on.
head?
He
Critical
said
injury's
he
the
went for the
body.
head. You said you went for the
So
head. So
if
if
it's
you
for
take
the
a
head-
-8, that means you're going for the head. So
Yeah.
I didn't take on my. I was just trying to roll like in his neck. I feel like that would be like where you would
Okay.
do a spinal injury.
Got it.
I'm sorry.
It's
I,
you're going for a body
I'm
shot,
a-
not a headshot.
I could see where
yeah,
he's coming
yeah.
from.
I'm not going for his head. I'm just. I would figure
I-
where would
Right.
where
I
would
get
you
your
do the
logic.
spinal injury?
Mm-mm.
Maybe in his lower back with a punch. I don't know.
Right.
The point is we
I
got
threw
it.
an either.
So what
Okay,
is-
cool.
What does the injury do?
Sorry. Literally spinal injury. Next turn, you cannot take an action, but you can still make a move action. Death save penalty is increased by 1.
He's gonna,
Paramedic DV 15 to fix. Surgery 15
going
to
to-
permanent.
He's not getting to a doctor.
He's going to move away from you, as he's kind of like in agony.
Right into vision. He's right back in your line of sight, baby.
If you want to take a
Yeah,
shot
yeah,
with the
yeah.
arrow,
Over the cups. Oh wait, there he is.
he does come. He does come into view. So if you want to take the shot, you can. And Reggie, you'll go after that decision. You see him come back into view in pain.
Yeah, let's use another armor piercing just for the hell of it.
Go for the head.
Fuck it, do it.
21 to hit.
He did say he was going for the head, so it wasn't.
Hell no.
Okay, it hits the chest. It looks like most of the damage is kind of stopped by the Kevlar armor he's wearing.
It was armor piercing still.
I know. So it's
I
ablating.
blade the pants off of that.
It's ablating, yeah. So he takes the shot. It's kind of like.
He's
And,
having a rough night.
Reggie, you can follow up.
Okay. I'm
And-
just gonna do a double attack.
Cool. Yeah.
Hello.
I'm gonna try and evade. I don't have any penalties,
And this will knock him out further.
but I'm gonna try. No, the first one will knock him.
Okay.
You're going for killing blow or no?
Yeah.
Okay, he's dead.
It's just a meat bag.
Yeah, you rush
I'm a
forward.
thing. They're just things.
You rush forward. You kind of just bring in
Patting
knee,
down his body.
a knee and an elbow, kind of slamming into him. I don't know if that's taekwondo or not, but
And I want to
It
help
is
his body
in
down to the ground
2077.
by it, if I can.
I have teleoptics and infrared sight, so it was all captured in beautiful detail.
Love it.
regarding what he has on him, he has a very heavy pistol, as we discussed, and it looks like he has kind of set on his. He's got like a leather duster over a Kevlar vest. On the back of it, it looks like he has a very large baseball bat. It looks like it's kind of plated with chrome.
Does it look fancy?
A bat?
That's kind of
It's a
fancy.
gold-plated, or it's a chrome-plated baseball bat.
Okay.
Getting a pickup game later or what?
Alright. I think now
Gotta-
that it's clear.
Low
Sorry,
ball.
Zach. You gotta know cricket before you can have trumpet.
You gotta know what a crumpet is if you're gonna play
You're gonna
cricket.
play cricket. I know I got it wrong. But
I'm
anyway.
only a little disappointed. I'm glad you got there.
You got turtles? So let's see. He's dead. And then folks moving around. Like I said, the one door is opened. Looks like it leads into an elevator area. Reggie, as you kind of look down here, you would see that there appears to be a separate entryway, and this looks like it's a bit more formally an elevator section. You can actually see like the elevator setups on top. It looks like further down, like on the third floor down, because again, this is 4 stories, this is 3 stories. Looks like there's a light glowing from what you would assume is like an apartment building kind of style door on the balcony.
John, I'm assuming nothing really pings for me that's network connected or anything like that in this shithole from this
Actually,
position.
yes, there are net architectures present, but it looks like they're all focused on transmitting data. It looks like each one of these kind of setups on top is a net architecture that is kind of focused on transmitting data from somewhere inside the building out up into the sky.
Any chance I can intercept or at least kind of snoop on what the data is?
Yeah, so if you want to go ahead and make a whatever the breaking password action is for net running. I always forget.
Did everyone else make it across? Do I need to help anybody?
It'll be an interface roll. The difficulty value looks like it'll be pretty tough. This looks like it's government.
Okay. I assume that skill in cryptography and stuff won't do anything for that.
No, it's interface straight.
All right. Not with a. That's the worst roll I've ever had on interface. Yeah.
In the first attempt, it looks like there's a lockout. So
Sure.
it seems that interfacing with the data fortress or the net architecture here is probably not going to work past this first attempt.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I need a roll to jump from the top of the
Yep.
billboard?
Same for Guinea.
This was athletics, we said?
Yep. Cam, you're good. Guinea, you're
50.
good. Everybody's on top of the building.
I guess I'll help Reggie stash bodies in little nooks and crannies as we can.
Okay. Looks like the probably most untrafficked or like least trafficked area is probably up here with the
Sounds good. Roll them under the tank.
yeah. That's fine.
If
Pick
things
one
go
up.
really wrong, it'll destroy the evidence.
If that's the case, you do that.
Beautiful.
And
Looks
then-
like anybody can hack this elevator.
Can I'll take his walkie-talkie or his microphone too, or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck you said he had,
So it looks like
and
it's
I'll toss it to X.
It looks like it's a disposable phone. It doesn't look like it's anything super high tech. It's like a Razor phone. And,
Oh, so she has one, and
Rip Razor.
so I'll take one and I'll give one to X,
and so when you're looking at it, Razor,
and I'll look through texts.
Razor. When you're looking at it, X. When you're looking at the Razor phone, you would
R.I.P.
note,
buddy.
you would note that there's only one phone number in there, and it looks like there's a number of texts on there, kind of like alerts, and it looks like they're done in kind of like a hands like shake kind of gesturing. Like they put like emojis to signify things, so you don't know the exact code, but it looks like it's just kind of, pretty formulaic. Like they're just notating where they're at. There's like small emojis of
cryptography.
radars, and there's like the handshakes and like this and that. But the other thing is there's phone calls, and they all seem to be coming from the same phone number.
On
And
both phones.
Both phones. Yep.
John,
Well-
quick question.
Phone calls going to and coming from. Sorry. Go ahead.
In the book, it says basic ammunition. Basic arrows can always be recovered. These were
Yeah.
not basic.
The arrow.
Not
the armor
recoverable.
piercings are
No
not.
chance.
I would say since you shot one in the face, that one's clean. You can go ahead and remove that one. But the
Yeah.
guy who got
Clean?
hit in the armor, it did its job. It ablated, so it's no longer good.
Okie dokie. Not arguing.
She wasn't wearing armor in her face. It didn't.
I can only carry so many.
Rookimski.
I got to recycle.
It went like right into her nose and right through the back of her neck. It was like there was nothing there to stop the momentum.
So a COVID swab.
Yeah, you COVID swabbed her.
Yeah.
Social distance.
She's clean.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, the extraction is a fun sight to see. Well, if you push it through, it's probably smarter.
It's like a fishing hook. You don't go back the way you came. You
Yeah.
gotta go all the way
You
through.
gotta
Get that on camera. Come on.
Wipe that clean.
Get that all on camera. Come on.
What are you doing? Get over here.
Gino's having a murder boner over here. He's like, I want to see that again. Let's push it through.
I go
alive.
back around.
Like Dr. Pimple Popper.
Get him a better angle.
Do we need to have another take? We have. I'll shoot her again.
Get the other guy. Get the other guy. We'll put one through his head too.
Ready? I need you to do me a favor. Can you throw him up in the air for me? Throw the guy up in the air and she's like, oh man,
Skeet shooting dead
Alright,
bodies.
we got a job to do.
There's nobody. We're all here as a hobby.
We're murder
Uh,
hobbyists.
If you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life, John.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Bullshit.
Oh my god. I kind of want to like design a shirt where it just shows like a solo shooting somebody, and it's like, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. And then on the back, it's like some lives are shorter than others. So,
Best week of my short life. Yeah. R.I.P. buddy.
So that one elevator looks sketch as shit, right?
Yeah, I don't.
no.
Yeah.
No,
It doesn't look
It doesn't look
sketch.
sketch. It just looks like it's kind of like it doesn't look like it's gonna fall apart or anything. It looks like it's kind of like a secret elevator, like
This is the secret
Ooh.
elevator.
right. The one on the far side, on the fourth floor
It's
side
the
there.
normal one.
That's a normal looking elevator, and it looks like
Let's
it's
take the secret one.
all green and everything. And then there's a door that's open that was kind of seen with lights kind of glowing out of it.
I can't get
Can
eyes
I-
on anything from this spot, and whatever they're transmitting, they want to protect as much as possible. So,
Can
it's
I
up to you
keep the
guys.
gyrocopter?
There's
See
also-
what kind of shape it's in.
Yeah, the
There are
gyrocopter
keys.
looks like it's been repaired in the several days since you bought it, and it does look like the keys are in place. Like you can,
I'm gonna snag the keys.
yeah, if you have, I think it's pilot gyrocopter or your air, whatever.
Pirate air vehicle.
Yeah, if you have that, you can fly this thing right off the building.
Deal. Not yet.
It will
We're
carry
here for something.
2 people, and those
Understood.
2 people, none of them can be the following: Reggie or Gino or
Understood.
Cam. 'Cause
Hey!
They're all too big to fit on that. damn
We're
thing.
heavy. I'm heavy myself.
No, yeah, you and one other very light person would be fine.
Got it. Like a victim. Got it.
Like a
Got it.
victim.
Sure.
I mean, I was gonna volunteer, but now I don't.
What he's saying
Not
is,
a big fan of
I'm
yours.
saying
That's
we
number
have
7 on
options.
the list. That's
I
number
don't think
7.
he's most confident in his abilities to fly.
I'm perfectly confident in my ability to fly. I'm making sure if I need to get an unwilling passenger in there, he's coming with me. We're flying to the desert. We're playing a game of let's see how much sand goes into the human body before it dies.
Oh, no.
I actually know the answer to that from one weekend, like 4 or 5 months ago. Out in
I've
the
played a bunch of
dunes.
times.
Yeah,
Highest
yeah.
I've gotten is 3 pounds.
Oh, those are rookie numbers. Those are rookie numbers.
Well, they don't
Bumbles
take the
up.
hole. Let's go.
Okay, so if you're going into the elevator, it
Yeah.
easily seats everybody in it, or fits everybody in it. But it is strange in that it has one and only one registered floor that it goes to. And according to what it states, it is SB, which is probably sub-basement.
Yeah.
Special
That
bathroom.
tracks.
Secret bathroom. You gotta go all the way to the roof and take an elevator.
That's where the good toilets are.
Oh my god. What a dream.
Can you really get a
Nobody, absolutely
Right.
no one could bother you. I assume we're taking the elevator?
That
Okay.
sounds fun to
Yeah.
me.
can we assess that all 6 of us are safe?
Yeah, absolutely
And
fine.
okay.
When you get to the bottom,
I mean, safe.
the walls are white tile. The tiles are kind of large. They're actually like 2-foot wide tiles, kind of just running the length of the hallway. The floor is kind of like a nice shiny white polymer, and the ceiling has that kind of just very annoying kind of like hold cardboard look with like the running lights going straight down the length of the entirety of the hallway. At the end of the hallway is a door. There's a jar, and you can see that there are lights on in there. And based on the way the lights are moving, it would seem that there are people in that space as well. I need a second here. Bear with me. All right. So yeah. Who wants to lead?
I mean, I can lead if need be, but
Cam
X,
is not a leader.
Cam, you spotted any cameras?
Okay.
Any kind of net architecture or anything from
net
this position?
architecture.
Quiet.
Interesting.
I mean, I'm guessing whatever they're doing down here, they probably don't want recorded. Good thing we got Cam.
True.
You're rolling, right?
Oh, everywhere.
Check.
All right. So who's going in first? And if you're doing so stealthily, I need to know. If you're not doing so stealthily, I need to know.
I
don't think
would keep the same process we've been doing. Right?
Yeah, I don't think Letty would go in first.
First.
I'll spot you.
The bleeding guy will go in first.
I'm sorry.
I'm willing to if you're not.
No, it's
See, there you are again.
X will be
Let's-
towards the back.
Let's get all that doubt out,
I'll
Rich.
go second.
Oh, does that mean I have to
I'll
go
in the
third?
middle.
Sorry.
I'll go in the middle.
Bear with me.
Yeah.
Bear with me. That is annoying, and not something I had anticipated. So I am going to quickly
Pistol out.
fix it.
That's my stealthy sneakrits roll.
Stealthy sneakers.
Sneakrits.
Sneakrits.
Are they like secret sneakers?
What is that?
What is that noise?
Fuck, dude.
Static.
That John?
X is
Yeah.
hacking my brain.
Oh no.
Is it X who's giving static, or is it me?
I don't know where it's coming from.
Zach's not saying anything.
Somebody might have set their headset down in an odd angle.
Oh, I'm
Oh.
hearing it.
Is it me?
I don't know
I think
who
it's
it was.
Zach.
It's more or less stopped. It was only like 1 or 2 bursts of it being.
Yeah.
Okay, so who was first again?
I was.
Damn.
I rolled my stealth.
Okay.
Reggie.
Oh, why'd you get on it?
Second.
I think a
So I
17.
need
I got a 17.
Okay. I'm gonna move us into the map, but only Reggie will be on map. So as you kind of hop up, you see where you're at on the map?
Yeah.
Oh, I see what's happening here. And that's annoying. Bear with me here.
What's the matter?
There's the big here. Boom, bam. Probably went dark for a bunch of people.
Yep.
Sure did.
That's fine. Okay. So as you pop in, you see there's like a small little just like dining table off to your left side. There's a guy standing kind of off to the side here. Looks like he's just kind of milling around, looking at a computer on a desk on the side there. And this guy is like sitting there, but it looks like he's got his head turned and he's looking over in this direction, talking to someone over that way who's not really talking back to them. Looks like in all the people that you're seeing here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people or so, and the person who you recognize from just documents that you saw in the beginning as Lowball is this guy. He seems to be at a table far side.
This one here?
Yep, looks like he is at a table with a bunch of munitions. Looks like heavy munitions. Looks like there's a rocket launcher, or a plasma rifle, or pulse rifle on the table. that said, you won't be able to maintain your stealth very long. So whatever you're about to do, I need to know what it is.
Incendiary grenade right at the fucking table.
Go ahead and make an athletics roll.
I'm gonna spend 2 points of luck.
I
Where's
believe.
Give me a second. What do I athletic? Bam.
Okay, it hits. Go ahead and make a evasion roll, Dan.
Me make an evasion roll?
Yeah, you bet.
That was surprising.
Pay attention to
I'm
the things that are
surprised.
behind him.
Oh, all the explosives.
That would be a bad way to go. I think Bill's gonna be
is-
happy.
Body.
Got a
evasion.
difficulty value of 19 on this.
Give me a second. Fighting. There it is.
So I'm just going to let you know I apologize ahead of time.
Yeah, it's okay.
Paradigms are set. You're going to be taking 62 points of damage, and that's going to
Oh.
go right through your armor.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck.
What everybody in the hallway watches, and if you haven't moved too close to it, you watch the entirety of that space just flash bright white, and everything ignites. And you watch as Reggie's body flies back out through the door, slams onto the ground, unmoving. It sounds like a large steel metal shift happens immediately in the aftermath of the detonation. Yeah. The
I'm gonna
entire
go check his pulse.
the entire room blows out and everybody in it is dead.
How much did I take?
62.
So my total is 60. So I would be at -12.
So I haven't actually murdered someone full on point blank damage wise. So hold on a second here. Dying. So-
I mean, it's a good power exchange. You killed how many people at least? You know.
Yeah. But every single document that would have been reward is gone now.
Yeah.
Wounding and dying, taking damage. Wound state. You are less than 1 HP, so you are mortally wounded. Dead is 1 failed death save. While you're mortally wounded, you have -4 to all actions, -6 to move. Oh, sorry. I need to roll a critical injury for body. Your ear is blown out. No additional penalty to death saves. So you must make a death save at the start of each one of your turns in this next process. Mortally wounded characters suffer a critical injury whenever they are damaged by a melee or range attack. In addition, their death save penalty increases by 1 each time they're damaged, which won't happen because you murdered everybody. Stabilization requires somebody to make a DV15 to heal the person back to 1 hit point and unconscious. You'll be
I can do
unconscious
that
for
to
1 minute.
myself.
Self-administration will be at a penalty, obviously, because you have
Yeah.
-4 to all actions.
Is that first aid?
Yeah.
First aid or paramedic.
I can do first aid.
How's yours?
It is, I think, a +2.
Didn't even get to get the combat music going.
You
I'm
got
a
a 0.
combined 9.
Oh, you might be.
Imagine if I rolled my evasion a couple points.
Imagine.
Yeah, you would have ruined the job
Imagine.
because remember, it was supposed to be the acquisition of things that are on site that are no longer there.
Oh, I
thought we were
didn't.
supposed
I
to
didn't catch
murder the
that part.
guy.
I heard murder the guy, and
That's what I
In a
did
heard.
bad
also
way.
hear murder.
And then our
reward.
payout is whatever is in there.
mine's
Yeah.
on the roof.
That's
I'm just
fair.
jiggling keys.
Where is?
Okay, so
Isn't
anyway.
it under education?
Hey, it's safe to say trauma team would be
Oh
Take
yeah, it's on its way.
okay.
It's definitely on its way.
Well, that's one way to make sure that trauma team card works.
So, Letty,
I'm at
knowing
an 8. There we
working,
go.
hold on, real quick, Letty, working with Reggie, you do know that trauma will be inbound. I believe it's a D6 rounds
Yep.
that they make it. So go ahead and roll a D6 there, Dan.
Sorry, I blew everything up.
Hey, mad at you. I didn't know any better.
I didn't really either.
Okay. So, in the
Sorry.
immediate aftermath, the incendiary grenade, detonates. There's kind of a roar of flame, but it doesn't seem to linger very long. It's mostly just like a
Did the
concussive.
building shake?
It did. It's mostly a concussive explosion, so there's a lot of structural damage. Even in the hallway, a couple of the tiles fall in, and Reggie kind of flies backwards. So, Letty, are you running up to administer first aid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Attempt.
So I would say that he's close enough to that you can see inside of the space, and I need to shift the interior of the space. I don't have the full blown out thing because I genuinely wasn't anticipating that level of stupidity. I said there were munitions.
I thought it would just blow them up.
Oh.
I mean,
It's okay.
I went first. Nobody used a rocket, so you're fine.
Zach,
My
you're
boat.
Zach, you're muted.
CPR is on the neck, right? Just compress
Can I-
right on
Can
the
I shoot
Crunch,
her away
crunch,
and also
crunch.
attempt, or is it a done deal?
No. What I imagine is actually happening is that like Letty's just like panicking about losing another soul.
She's got the wrong
Just
tempo of
shaking
staying
him.
alive.
Letty, what-
Whether you're a mother or whether you're a
She's
brother, you're
just
staying alive.
panicking.
Hold on. What you would notice as you move up there is there's just the blowout from everything. You see people kind of just broken, like laying on the ground. This dude's kind of like, just split in half by the table as he was forced over it. This guy here is like
I
broken
can't
against the
see
computer.
anything in there, but yeah.
Well, no, hold on. Sorry, I'm going to move you onto there, and I'll move
Okay,
everybody
yeah.
else onto there just so we're getting a good image of it. But yeah, so as you kind of move over to, sorry, Reggie.
That one grenade was very effective.
It was
good
very
grenade.
effective.
I'm curious where you
I
got
mean,
it.
did
Best
its
100
job.
eddies I spent.
You see that there are some panels that
Fool
look
me,
like,
I'd have used a flashbang or something.
look like there's some panels that were knocked out of the way on the north side, and they reveal some sort of blast door near an exit to up above. You'd also notice that a large metal panel seems to have shifted to the side in the explosion, and underneath it, you see 3 containers of what you know to be fissible material.
Physical material?
Visible. That means that they are
Visible.
FISSIBLE.
Visible.
Like
Oh, no.
nuclear.
Oh no.
And it looks like they are currently displaying a bright red alert, which means that they're probably in some sort of meltdown.
Oh no. X? Is there anything you can do?
If you are administering first aid, it looks like you failed, right?
Yeah, she's
Okay.
panicking.
Cool. I'm not going to allow everybody to jump on the bandwagon of put Reggie back together again. Reggie, you need to make a death save. So how this is done, and bear with me here. I need to open my book again.
I rolled a
Uh,
1. I did not fail.
Right.
I was about to.
Low
I
is good.
know
Low is
I
good
was
on death
close
save.
to
Oh,
death.
that's right, that's right.
If
that's
I
right.
roll a
Fuck outta
10,
You
here.
did good.
if I roll a 10, I
10,
auto
you're dead.
fail.
Yeah, I forgot.
So yeah,
Because
for
1 is bad in D&D.
My body's a 12, so I have to roll
not
above
Nine.
my body.
well, yeah, right. 9 or lower is fine.
I
but
now have a -1 to my
Oh,
death
yeah.
save.
yeah, it continues to go down as it cycles.
Oh,
More
no.
saves.
So what I'm going to say is due to the fact that Letty, you were unable to fix him, and also there's a very noticeable acknowledgement of that's happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask you whether or not you're going to continue to try to administer first aid, or if you're going to get out of here.
Is there anything
Keep in mind,
that-
if you fix him,
Yeah.
you're not taking him with you. Like, he's not. He needs to be carried out of here.
Yeah.
And he needs to be carried out of here what appears to be quick. The problem
Yeah.
that you would acknowledge here, though, is wherever you take him is wherever trauma team's going to be following. You know, because he's your
Right.
asset, that trauma's coming for him.
Yeah. Gino, can you carry Reggie and we are
I'm not
going to-
unconscious.
We need to
guys.
Yeah.
We need to
Yeah,
stabilize
but
him
we
first.
Well, we need to
I'm
get
just
him.
bleeding the fuck out of my head
Yeah.
severely.
Laying
Can you
on the ground,
stabilize him
yeah.
as moving him?
X, do you think you can get a read on the containers, try to figure out what kind of time we have, or is that out of your
Yeah.
scope?
I mean, that's a lot more fucking complicated than an elevator, but
Mechanically, I could try to have a look, or I could try to save Reggie.
So I'm
I
gonna
can.
be real with you. If you don't have science, nuclear physics, it's probably a bad idea to try and move towards a
hold on,
nuclear
let's
bomb.
see. I mean, I
Oh,
went to
Gino
school.
I've gotten
Gino
into
does.
2.
I mean, I still get an action, John. I can still try and
Gino's
stabilize
got it.
myself or
No, I'm
move.
kidding. He doesn't get
Yeah.
it.
So keep in mind.
Once I stabilize, I pass the fuck out.
Right, but also keep in mind in this position too. If I remember correctly, if you're moving yourself, your speed's -6. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're kind of laying on the ground. If you want to start,
So do we have to stabilize him before we can move him to the roof?
you can do whatever you want with him. But he said he wants to specifically, once you fail, he's going to try and get himself. So
I'm gonna get
Oh, okay.
into the
Hey,
elevator.
With that 17
already in the
deduction
elevator.
roll,
What's your-
I can tell us
No.
all that we need to get the fuck out of here.
hold on, the hall's
I
long enough
concur.
that they didn't all die from the explosion. So
Yeah.
it's a bit of a distance away, Dan. I want to make sure you understand that. And then the other thing I want to make sure you understand is you're not moving to the elevator. Like I said, your speed is -6. Your speed base is what? 8.
Base would be 8.
So you're moving 2 around. You're not flipping it over to the elevator. It's a good 10 squares out from you. It's a good
What if I
distance away.
run?
Then you're not healing yourself. You're triple moving. And
And I'm gonna triple move.
let me just double check nothing bad happens when you take actions.
I have a pain editor.
I was-
I'm well aware that works.
What is pain?
Pain editor works specifically for serious injury. It doesn't really.
I know, but in my brain,
it doesn't help you.
that's my. I'm just saying, my character
uh,
is not. I mean, he's not effective, but he does not feel pain.
I
But
get
Gino
you.
could carry him,
um,
right?
Yeah, I couldn't run down there, pick him up, and bring him over to the.
I
And
mean,
then
Dan,
we
are
go
you
up
about
to
to-
the roof? We
Yeah.
leave him there for trauma team to
you
catch
can
up.
you can hoof it, Dan. You can move 6, so you can make it about halfway through on one action, and then make another death save. If that's what you're doing, nobody else is. Like,
Is he trying to paramedic himself, or is he just crawling
Can I-
bloodied?
Can I pick him up on the
I'm
half
trying
move?
to get us away from the nuclear
The-
fission.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying Gino picks you up. We go to the elevator.
I'm
Meanwhile-
not. If anybody wants to pick me up, I'm not gonna fight them.
Okay.
I'll go get it.
You
Okay.
can't fight
Hold on,
it.
hold on. Working it
Okay.
out. Gino moves over to him as he's moving to him. Gino grabs him. This is all one round. Dan, death save.
Okay.
You're currently at a -1 penalty, so you need. Okay, you're good.
I'm gonna try and fucking fix myself.
So you're being carried. That's fine. I mean, just because you're not in a state where you're able to kind of go for your tools or anything, I am going to administer an increase to the DV because you're not set up for receiving medical aid, and you're also doing it to yourself. So you can attempt
Yeah.
to make a first aid or paramedic check on yourself.
I'm spending 2 luck.
That's all your luck. Yeah, not
So
successful.
16. Okay.
Yeah. As you're kind of fumbling through your bag and trying to grab things, and you're trying to wrap, like Gino's kind of into the elevator, and everybody else is into the elevator. This is turn 2, by the way. Turn 3, at the onset of turn 3, people made deduction rolls. They don't look like they're massive. The canisters are more containment units. So whatever's going to happen here isn't going to be like citywide explosion.
It's not an atom bomb. It's a radiation leak.
It's going to be, there's going to be an explosion, but it's not going to be
Okay.
like, it's not going to be a massive explosion. It's
City
going to be more of
block.
like a hot burn.
Okay.
It's more a Chernobyl deal than a like a.
That's still pretty
Manageable.
again,
It's still pretty bad.
we're still.
Yeah, that's
we're-
real
we're-
bad.
Manageable about after 30 years, you know?
We definitely have like a
Like-
in Night City. We have a large control over radiation due to the time of the red. Like there's an understanding on how to deal with that shit.
I don't have a safety deposit in here. I don't give a
I'm
shit.
just-
It's not good.
X is in the elevator. He's ready to go. He.
Right.
Okay, so
We're going
Step
up,
by
Would I
step,
be
what's
able to
happening?
Call someone to be able to alert.
We're going up the elevator. It's not going to be timely. Again, remember these rounds are like 1.5 seconds. So,
Yeah.
Reggie, you don't get to retry and retry until you succeed. That's not how it's going to work. Does anybody else want to
Can
attempt
I
to?
I'll take
retry?
a
No,
crack
no, no,
at
no,
it.
no, no. People don't really get to retry on a first aid. It's like your
Or
effort.
do it
sucked.
again?
So if anybody else wishes to try, that's fine.
I'm putting an arrow shaft across his mouth and telling him to bite down.
Okay.
This is
Done.
gonna sting. 18.
That's successful. So you would stabilize him. He'd bite down and he would go unconscious.
Love you, Guinea.
All right.
Gino, do you think you can get him over the roof?
Yeah, let's see why not.
You get up to the top at the end of turn 5, and you are greeted by a bright klaxon slamming down onto the position right in front of you, and you watch as an AV descends right down and lowers itself kind of in this position. I'll put a token down. Hold on a second here. I have one.
Mm.
Vehicles. Trauma AV.
Whoa.
Boy.
Oh, that's timely. That's real lucky.
And as it opens
Huh?
up, the klaxon, the bright red marker, is near it.
Yeah.
What are you doing? And I'm not
Backing up.
I'm not going to tell you how to operate, but everyone should know this already. What do you do with the big red box that's put out in front of the AV?
You
Stand
put
outside
the
of it.
person in it, and then
I
you
put-
get
yeah.
out.
Okay. A
Mhm.
crazy,
I'll
if everybody's backing away and staying away from it, you see a crazy motherfucker run out and look to Gino and say, "Put him on the ground now!" And he's pointing a Kang Tao in your face as he's doing it. He looks like Reggie, but with like a helmet and like no jacket over his like body armor, and the Kang Tao is directly in his face. Looks like the name marker says his last name is Williams. He's just got it locked on your face.
I put him down.
Doctor,
All right. 2 others come out. A stretcher's placed. Reggie is put onto the stretcher. Reggie is then moved into the AV as the door gunner backs away slowly. You also see that a second door gunner is seated inside the AV on the back end of a Tsunami Arms Helix, which has been pointed at you folks the whole time. They load Reggie up onto the AV. AV doors shut. AV takes off.
With our boy.
Thanks, guys. Sorry.
Alive at least.
we're
I'm so
gonna be
sorry.
we're gonna be just fine.
I'm so sorry, Letty.
You definitely hear outside of the as the AV moves away and kind of goes silent. You hear siren sounds, and then you feel like the ground underneath you just kind of and shake, and it now feels like you're standing on. I don't know the best way to describe it. It's like you're standing on something that's kind of wobbling.
Yeah, Cam
Like a
is
fun house.
immediately running to jump off so he can catch the footage of everyone jumping off the building behind him.
Okay.
I'm handing Cam the keys to my rover.
Last check.
Get it the fuck out of here.
Last
Catching them.
Last check on everybody. Athletics rolls for those who are jumping.
Oh no.
What did he get?
I got a 10.
10 sufficient.
Oh.
Oh, sweet.
Go.
Yeah, difficulty value was 9 for the jump. It was 11 for the jump over, but it's
Okay.
That makes
9 for the jump across because you're at a higher vantage. You're hitting kind of,
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
solid
yeah,
point.
yeah.
And you're not jumping from a precarious position like the weird catwalk on the advertisement. You all make it across. Guinea, you run for the gyrocopter. Okay. It's going to take you a couple rounds to get it out and set up.
Yeah, I'm leaning into it, rolling it out from under the awning, lighting a cigarette.
It definitely, based on the feel of the building underneath you, doesn't feel like you have that much time. So what I need you to do is go ahead and make a pilot air vehicles to see if you can get it off the ground in time or the building collapses underneath you.
We're gonna use the last 2 luck.
Gotta get.
I'll even chip in too. I feel
Yeah.
like that's going to be my contribution.
If you wish.
Keep in mind, the
I'm-
reset will not happen for a while, so if you're spending your luck tonight, it might be a few sessions before you get it back.
Oh, okay.
I I kind of
I'll
want to
give him-
ride in a gyrocopter, so
I'll
I'm
give
willing to
him
make.
two.
I'll see if I can give you a ride later. Why can I not find it?
So he's got 2 from me.
It's under pilot or control.
Control. I was in
Give him one of
technique.
my
I was looking
yeah.
at all the
Text. Yeah.
tech.
We gonna get you that
And
gyrocopter,
I apologize
buddy.
for robbing your
17 base plus 2 plus whatever the hell else.
sufficient. You needed a 17, and any points of luck spent on it put you over the top. So you very quickly,
yeah.
not having seen this thing before, but saw it from a distance, were already kind of planning how you were gonna like set it for ready and get it to flight. And you push it out. You pull the blades apart. You set the engine. You pull the ripcord. You get into the seat as the engine is kind of purring, and you just shift up, and it elevates directly up. And you watch the building beneath you after maybe
Yeah, I'm going straight elevation. I'm not.
a second or two later, you just watch the building underneath you just start sinking inwards.
I mean, what a terrible way to die, right?
Shame.
For those of you who
Blew him
are,
up and then
Crying
crashed his building
shame.
down around him.
for those of you who are on this building, it looks as if the entirety of this building just fell into its own like footprint. It doesn't seem to have caused any damage to any of the buildings around it. There is kind of a sharp glow for a second in the building as it's kind of falling down that you can see from the center point of it, but there isn't a massive detonation or anything crazy. You see that there are a number of vehicles that have pulled around the area, you know, reds and blues, and you also see it looks like Militech trucks are also pulled up on this location as well, which is strange because they're not normally allowed to operate inside the city.
Yeah.
Um,
We gonna be watching.
with certain permissions. You're staying there and watching?
Uh,
Cam, you getting this?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
If anyone's still on the comms, I'm saying meet me at what was it, Pizza Port?
Guinea,
Yeah.
you would know too high a height is probably a bad idea because you'll get spotted out, and you would
Oh
know
yeah.
it's definitely a good idea to try and maneuver through the building.
I'm going Skyline.
Yeah, go ahead and do me a favor and make a stealth roll because you are definitely trying to hide the fact that you just left the scene of a crime.
Yeah. 13. Oh,
All right. So
13's not terrible.
you're not directly interacted with. Nobody comes straight for you or tries to get you or anything. But out of character note, you probably picked up by a few CCTVs. You're probably picked up by a couple of AVs that are flying by. They saw a gyrocopter, your make and model, moving away from this specific crime scene.
It is my make and model, isn't it? That's
It's
pretty
all
red.
yours, bud.
Yeah, the destruction is very thorough. Looks like whatever it was that did this did its work. NCPD is on the scene, as are Militech. About a minute later, Reggie, you wake up. It seems that you're being dragged on a gurney into where you used to work, med center, main med center, and it seems that they're taking you to.
Jules,
Well, if you're kind of muttering that, it doesn't seem like they're paying attention, but they do.
I'm trying.
Yeah, you're you're kind of like Jules. It's like. I will say your armor jack is obliterated. I do want to make sure you understand that. Is
He's
the case.
thirsty. He wants juice.
If there was anything that
Somebody get him some juice.
if there was anything that you think would be on your person in the chest area that would have probably not fared well in an explosion,
Let me look at my Kevlar, what I have stashed.
whatever you have on that, I'm just going to ask you to kindly just remove
Yeah.
that.
The black
I will.
laser gun.
It's
Now
like
my
fused
shotguns
with
and
his
rifles
skin.
are always on my
Oh
back.
no, sure. I'm talking about more like if you had like drugs, if you took that black lace and put it
Oh
into a
yeah,
pocket, that's gone. Like if there was
That-
like speed heals.
Oh,
or
my
anything,
med pack.
Yeah.
My medi pack. I have it. It's like a low back pack, or it's like a
Okay.
reverse fanny pack.
Gotcha. Well,
Truly, like, cause you gotta have it.
whatever
you
you
swing
had
it,
in like
you
if,
swing it around.
if you had
Let me look at my
ammunition,
character sheet because I do have like ammo and stuff. Yeah, like
that
that.
shit's gone.
Okay.
So gone.
Things got a little heated back there.
But yeah, if you're just watching from the rooftop, Letty, I will say that other people who are present with you, Cam and Gino, you could probably acclimate yourself with them, but it might be a good idea for you four who are still on the roof to maybe discuss what the fuck you're doing here, if they directly ask you.
So, I assume there's not really a job anymore. I mean, we
unfortunately
did
no.
part 1, but there's not.
It is clear that all of the paperwork is gone.
The whole building.
The building, as we can
Mhm.
see. So I will compensate you from my own pocket, but I think we should probably figure out why we are here first.
I'm gonna not be here. I'm gonna go some number of blocks away, just because there was. You know what? It's not important. Some of you weren't there. I'm not gonna say it out loud. I will just see you in like some number of minutes. And then
Is there any way
X
that
is
Gino
going to
can?
quickly
Oh,
leave.
sorry.
X is leaving.
Good.
Is there any way Gino could have escorted them out of the building, being like, "Oh, these are just some people in the building. I'm just making sure they get to safety."
Yeah,
That's fine.
looks scared. It's scary.
You could definitely play that card if you want to try it.
It's
I wanna
very
try it.
scary out
I
there.
was in the building looking for
My buddy just OD'd and now there's a
Yeah.
meltdown.
Yeah, we had
Oh.
the guy.
Anybody
Look at
want
these
to?
people. Just leave them alone, huh?
Anybody
Try and
want
get
to
in.
blow holes through that paper thin, like toilet tissue paper thin fucking story? Like, because you're coming
I'll
out
get
of
out of here.
You're coming out of
You're
a,
dressed to the nines.
I mean, none of them look wounded or anything.
You're coming
They
out
all
of a
look fine.
scav haunt. Remember the building that you're
We were looking
leaving?
for-
All right.
Yeah, we were looking for our buddy.
All right. However you want to play.
And
However you
all,
wanna
Just
play-
in
tell
all
them you were
honesty,
buying lace. Just tell them
Genna's
you
the
were
only
buying
person.
lace.
Genna's the only person that would look like he belongs in the building you're in.
I mean, X, maybe. I will try to look a little disheveled, which I'm sure I don't need
But
to try very hard at
you
leaving.
said you were leaving on your own, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm alright.
Yeah, not a problem.
But either way, I'm
If
trying.
you're trying to do so without being, molested in any way by law enforcement, go ahead and make a stealth roll.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, you're
I
the
was
fuck-
never here.
Get the fuck out of there. Just for posterity's sake.
Not the first time I've had to do something like this.
You're not unfamiliar with Night City, so based on your current location, the nearest dive bar location for you would probably be El Pinche Pollo.
Yeah, that
So-
sounds good.
A couple of blocks down the way, but yeah.
Mm.
All right. For those who are on the building, we're going with the Gino plays the I'm just escorting these folks here out of the building.
Or
Or we were in the building on a report of a cyber psycho, but it turns out it was a
Yeah.
false report. This man was just ODing on lace, and then we heard the explosion next door, so we're just fucking off. Like,
Got
Oh,
it.
that's a great one.
Okay. So since Cam, you're the one taking the lead on the lie, you guys get downstairs. Cops do stop you, and it looks like a Militech operative kind of turns his attention, kind of looking over at your group as you come out of the scav haunt. The cop asks, "Hey, it's a crime scene. Go ahead and move on that way." Like as you come out the front door, which is kind of close to the street side, head on that way, and then you tell your story. Go ahead and make a deception roll.
no, we're just filming some Hogwatch, and then
can I roll credibility?
Yes, you can roll
That's
credibility.
super nice.
Oh.
And the DV is way lower.
Or it's believability, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
That's a
yeah.
part of credibility.
Do I have any
This is a
pieces of
performance.
evidence? Does the body count as a piece of evidence?
You're bringing the dead guy with you? The dead.
He's in the building. Like,
You
we
can
left
point
him
it
there.
out.
They can go
Okay.
check that piece of
Yeah.
evidence.
So-
Like, that's part of the report.
That'll narratively.
I mean,
That'll narratively help in like the aftermath, but it won't help so far as to say with the initial roll. I've got
So
the-
I don't. Okay, it's just asking input value pieces of evidence. so
I
I
would say that
didn't know if that would count.
I mean, we
The
are
only-
trying to get people out of a building next to one that just fell down.
The only piece of evidence I can kind of put there would be, yeah, you're coming out of a scav hunt. You're not coming out of the wreckage of that building. So go ahead and add one piece of evidence,
Cool.
and then go ahead and roll it.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Oh, it doesn't even give you a number.
What?
No,
You rolled a
apparently
3.
not. Oh. 3 versus
3 versus. I don't understand
I
this.
don't
This
know
must be
how
a
that
media
works.
thing.
Okay, hold on. Let's
Did I
read.
do it wrong?
Rolling
Let's
plus
read.
1. I don't think that there was actually a roll.
Yeah, there was. The 3 is the roll.
Oh, then what
Is it
Three
trying to
versus
roll?
I have
one?
no idea
What
how
is
it
this
works.
How
roll?
does that work?
Hold on.
Maybe it has to roll less than the number
this
of
is a
pieces
book
of
question.
evidence.
Book.
Maybe it had to be a 1 or lower because they only had one piece of evidence.
What kind of
I don't
role
know
is
where
this?
That would be.
Believability.
What is that?
I think it's a
Oh.
media.
So the
Yeah.
Thing.
mechanic is working correctly, but it's not working right in that.
Oh.
Oh.
So it's you roll a dice 1d10, and it's versus your credibility, and you need to get under your credibility.
Oh.
For each piece of evidence, it raises it by 1. So your credibility being a 4 means you needed to roll
Right.
under a 4 plus 1, 5. You got a
So he
3,
succeeded.
which means you do succeed. You cannot spend luck on a believability check.
So is
Cool.
his roll not being?
No. It's just not
Calculated?
it's not setting the
It's
DC
a
correctly.
false failure.
It is a false failure. It's supposed to be versus your credibility.
Yeah.
Okay.
Instead of the rolling +1.
Cool.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Yeah, I love Hogwatch. Get out of here."
The higher your credibility, the more
Fucking
likely
Hogwatch, man.
people will believe something you have written or broadcast. You roll a d10.
It's my
based on
fucking story. We were
believability.
here looking for fucking Cyber Psycho. We this guy was fucking dead. We jumped across. We blew up a thing. Whatever. But
Right.
fucking
But,
big shit happens.
Yeah, that's the way I'm going to run it for now. If I'm wrong, somebody tell me in the chat. But ta-da! Yeah, he believes you, and you see that the Militech representative, like who's watching on the side, kind of distinctly nods and takes note of the interaction. But then you folks kind of move on down your way. For you, Letty, it looks like the person that he's looking at the most in this engagement is you.
No.
I mean, she's been working with these guys for a bit, so she's not
Right.
Been in a
terribly
couple
worried.
episodes.
He's
Yeah.
a producer.
No.
That said, you head off.
Secret producer.
Secret producer.
You probably get a text from X that says I'm heading to El Pinche Pollo. And you head on over that way?
Yeah. And she'd relay that to Guinea as well.
Okay. Yeah, Dan, I'm not going to go into the operations of figuring out how many days you're going to be in a
Fine.
bed.
Fuck you.
It's fine.
Oh, you know what? The hospitals are like stupid fast.
Pretty good.
They're not bad.
They do
but
good work.
He's coming back from mortally wounded. That's definitely the deepest I've seen somebody get. Other than jump off of a fucking building cyber psycho. So, interesting. But yeah, you're definitely unable to kind of suss out anything in the aftermath. You have no video evidence that he was in there. You do have the phones, which could potentially create proof that the job was completed. But because you have
The phone would have been in my pockets.
they're gone.
I have one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have one.
X has one.
X has one, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but the one that you had, forget it. It's
Yeah, it's done.
It's
Mhm.
bye-bye.
Those things can hardly.
It's still going through deleting shit.
They can hardly handle a drop, like on the floor. How are they gonna survive a explosion? But yeah, definitely not something I anticipated because I was expecting there being like explosives kind of present there on the back wall and on the table, being something to not warrant an immediate grenade shot.
Oh, you thought we'd have a
Yeah.
gunfight.
Oh no, I
Yeah.
thought okay.
Why not
It'll
simply
get- it'll-
fire all of their guns at
You
once?
thought we weren't
Yes.
gonna call a bluff.
How are they gonna shoot us
It's something I noticed
if
in the
they're guns?
It's something I noticed in the last firefight as well, so I did want to administer a penalty for if it was engaged in. It definitely does
Yeah.
seem like people think grenades solve all problems.
They did there.
They
I mean,
to
I
be
was
fair,
gonna say,
Except for paying
to
us, but
be
yeah.
fair,
I was gonna
Other
rock
than
it
Letty,
table
which I
if was
didn't
there,
realize.
so.
I got
honestly,
the footage.
I thought that was just the icing on the cake. I literally thought the whole thing.
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
I literally thought.
Also, there's no confirmation of the kill, so
Yeah.
I mean, there's footage, right? It wasn't Cam.
No.
he was not inside the explosion
yeah.
area.
He
wasn't-
when
yeah, he
the
wasn't
whole
there.
room
'Cause
became a
otherwise
bright
we-
light
Really?
flash.
Two almost
This
dead.
dude's gonna do that kind of. I guess we gotta kill another fucking fixer. What is
Well-
going on?
Lowball is the only person who got visual confirmation, and it wasn't stated there was any recording devices on the person when he saw them, was Reggie. So it's his word that would identify that Lowball's dead. There's no physical proof anymore.
He can go find Lowball
Zero
in that
there's
crater
gonna be the
physical
proof.
of a
that
building.
he existed. There's zero.
His dental
No, no, no.
records.
Let me
His
explain.
dental records.
There's no dental. He melted. Everything
It's
in that place
nuclearized.
melted.
No. What I'm saying is that the only proof that we will have is if all of the bullshit that was happening with Continental Brands stop. If it was lowball.
Sure, I mean the benefit will be there,
It
Ooh.
was lowball.
and we'll have that discussion when you have your discussion.
Cam got footage of the building melting.
Mm.
Sure, but again, whether he was in it or
Send
not.
send a little bit of that with an address tag over to Bill.
All right. We'll sort it out when we have a conversation with Bill. I kind of want to deal with the immediate aftermath of. So Reggie, I hate to do this to you, Dan, but we're
You're
probably
great.
not going to focus in on you very much.
No,
more.
that's fine. That's
Pick
perfectly
5.
fine. I'll just
He got
be-
his
I'll
moment
be-
to shine, and you know
Yeah.
what? Sometimes the brightest candle burns out the first.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm the set of the-
I'm
He
not-
definitely shined like a phosphorus grenade. That's for sure.
Oh my god. That's another shirt. That's another shirt. Just Reggie holding a hand grenade.
Now,
The spark flaring. The brightest candles
got
burn out the
merch.
fastest. I'm not really. I'm a dork. But anyway, so the point is
good.
you arrive back at El Pinche Pollo, and upon arrival, X is there, got himself a table, nice little place. I'm gonna change the music to something a little bit more, just chill, yeah,
I'll be right back.
absolutely.
John, I'm just for narrative purposes. I'm assuming I know enough people here that I'm able to basically convince them that I've been here this whole time. If anybody asks.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Can I text while flying?
That's
Oh.
dangerous.
Yeah, that's probably why your fumble check was so sloppy. Or
Your stealth check,
My
yeah.
stealth. Yeah.
Yeah.
You were rolling to fumble. But you all arrive there, sit down, kind of like, holy shit. Any other texts or messages need to be sent out to anybody in specific?
Oh, am I there with them?
You're not. You just know where they're at. If you want to go there, you can.
Well, I gotta set this thing down somewhere.
Or do you want to set it down? You'd set it down on the boat for sure.
Do I want that kind of attention?
It wouldn't be hard. In all honesty,
I'd shout out to Robbie. I've got something hot. Can I take it to you?
Yeah. So he'd say, fine, it's all good. But you would know that, like, again, we already discovered that your path is going to be tracked. So you would try and be as stealthy as possible. You'd move to the waterway. You'd basically Star Wars stealth run, like, or trench run it to the.
Oh, absolutely.
boat
I'll
land.
run the canal.
Yeah. And the reason why you were spotted wasn't for the canal run. It was for movement inside
Leaving
the
a
city.
meltdown.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Nobody tracked you after.
Can
that.
they blame me for leaving a meltdown?
Well, no, it's just that they think that they might come to the conclusion that you are a person of interest, or the owner of the gyrocopter is a person of interest.
That is me. That is me.
You get the gyro to Robbie, and Robbie says, "Okay, we'll have the folks look at it, and if you want anything handled on it, sure, we can get it done."
It's pristine. And I might borrow. Oh shit! I don't have another vehicle. Do I have a means of getting to Pinche Pollo from where I'm at?
Take the cab.
Because they took my car.
Take a cab.
Yeah, I'll take a cab. Fuck it.
All right. Right outside of Buzzard Spot, you walk over to the street, hail a cab, and head on over that way. Combat cab.
Hell of a night.
And takes you that way. But everybody else who's already in the bar, you sit down, you order your drink, and I think Letty was about to say what she was doing regarding phones or such.
Yeah, she was gonna call Bill.
Hey, sorry, really busy right now, but I got a couple seconds. How'd everything go?
It went not the way that I thought. We killed him. There's no trace left at all, unfortunately.
Oh yeah,
Is it
Well,
on the news already?
No, it's not that. You say you got him killed. I just got informed by my higher ups that another shipment had gone to him just now. I was just informed that not they took it just now, but yeah. So he had some materials. Were you able to recover any of the guns? There was a prototype we had that we were souping up. It was well, I'll be honest with you. It was stolen material from another corporation that we were working at replicating, but it was a pretty nice piece, and
The good news is that there is no evidence of the stolen goods. But there is also no evidence at all. There was a
is this okay
grenade.
is this a secure line?
That's a great question.
You kind of reach down, tap a couple of buttons, or it's internal?
Yeah,
Okay, you kind of
yeah.
quickly
Like,
bring up
the-
your text screen, communication with Nina. I need a lock, and you see the color of your HUD kind of switch from its normal kind of just ambient kind of orange or whatever color you have it set as to kind of like a flaring kind of red, symbolizing that you are now in a locked, secured conversation with Bill.
Yeah. It is secure.
Okay. Hopefully none of that gets out into the airwaves. I definitely don't want our company getting any more slack. I know you know how it is. But yeah. So what do you mean, no evidence? Like of him at all, or?
Correct. There is no evidence of anything. There was a grenade, and then they had phosphorus, explosives,
Oh shit. Yeah, that would be
and
the
there is no building now.
that'd be the X-23s, the white grenades.
Yes, that is
Alright.
probably what that was.
Yeah, I'm also being told that you know what? Fuck it. You don't have any footage of him dying. You don't have anything to kind of evidentially lock him to it.
Unfortunately, not. It
I'm gonna
was
third party transfer you through the secured line 10,000 eddies. If that's not square, then we can have an argument about it. But that's all I'm willing to part with for right now. What with the situation as it stands, Miss Letty, and if we can get any secondhand evidence that this individual that we've been dealing with lowballs off the grid, out of the picture, not just disappeared, then I'll go ahead and wire you the remainder as promised.
I appreciate it. I will let you know if there is anything else that we can recover whenever our friend is out of the hospital.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to ask you a big favor here, and don't take this the wrong way. I think you're pleasant, very adorable, great person to talk to, and you've been more than professional. But can you just lose my number?
We have never talked.
I love that. Great. Well, I'd say I'd hope to see you again, but the truth is actually the opposite. You have a great one, Miss Lady, and enjoy whatever you got. I'm hoping to get back to Oklahoma ASAP. Phone call cuts. Nina immediately enters into the call, taking his place. Just curious, Miss Letty. It does seem that I have received a notice from higher ups regarding your presence at a Militech data site.
That was Militech?
It seems that they were government sponsored, and USA required a. Why am I still in the fucking accent?
I don't know.
It's contagious.
I do like it.
Militech required a triangulation, and through government cooperation from the Independent City Council, we're able to place a small data point at this location. I wasn't aware of it until it was brought to my attention a couple minutes ago. It does seem that you're being listed as a person of interest in Militech's investigation regarding this. I am currently ghosting your location so that you can deal with them in a more amicable location, and you don't have to deal with them out there wherever you're at. I'll let you know if anything comes up. But in the meantime, keep your head low, okay?
I appreciate it, Nina. Thank you.
Click.
Yep.
And the red goes back to whatever color you have it for your HUD.
Hmm. So that didn't go as planned.
You
Sorry.
you good? You kind of zoned out.
Yes, I was checking in with our Biotechnica. Completely not even mentioning Bill.
Bosses, am I right?
Right. Hold on. He gave me 1,000 eddies, right?
Mm-hmm. 10.
Yeah,
Oh,
10,000.
10?
Oh, I thought you said 1,000.
You.
I heard 10.
Okay, I heard
I
I
one.
heard
heard 10. I heard 10.
Okay.
Cool.
I mean, we'll take the 10.
I thought he cut us. I thought he cut us down to 5% of the base price.
He said
Yeah.
he said he was going to give you 20,000 liquid, or he could give you like fun stuff from his group. But since he doesn't want to
Right.
have any attachment with you, that part of the offer was rescinded, and half
Yeah.
is the amount he's willing to pay for a non-confirmed kill.
Cool.
That's fine. That's fine.
And you're pretty sure he gave you that just to keep you on the hush hush.
Yeah.
Like, he'd rather not you get mad about it and bring his name into this debacle.
Right. So she's gonna just quietly and immediately transfer let's see.
Is Letty making any indication that this is a money concern?
That what?
Is she indicating whatsoever that like the money's not as good as expected?
No, she didn't give you guys a number, so she's just gonna quietly give everyone 1,500. So 1,500 for everyone, including Reggie.
X will
More
bounce
than
it back and
fair.
say, I didn't do nothing. Sounds like, just from kind of tone, you might be needing all you can get.
Everything is fine. You were risking your life.
I'll fucking take his cut.
Yeah, why don't we buy drinks with it? Come on.
Yeah, we.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We'll spend that on drinks.
So, as you're kind of
Rounds on X.
engaging in drinks, you're giving your cut. For you, Elizabeth, is there anything in the immediate aftermath that you think you can kind of do here in the current situation that you have available that will help bolster your case in the future? Do you have anything that you might want to ask anybody for at the table? Anything that you know is on site that you want to kind of muster here?
Alcohol? What?
Is there anything like that your group that you just paid 1,500 to might have that might help you in defending yourself against a Militech inquiry?
Like Cam's footage?
There's that. It's an option.
I got a whole fucking brain dance recording if you fucking want
Whole
that.
fucking brain dance recording. There's that.
That's fair.
Are you gonna take the Gyrocopter away?
No.
Are you sure?
If she
The
asks for Cam's
phone
footage,
number?
yeah,
Yeah.
X will
Or
pull
like
out
any,
the phone and be like,
yeah.
this may be helpful too if you need some kind of evidence. Not much other than, I mean, as somebody that only replies in images, I can appreciate these kind of texts, but not a whole lot in there other than that phone number, which, I mean, if you want, I can try to see if I can dig up anything on that phone number, trace it anywhere, but I don't know that it's going to turn up much.
It may be a burner, but if you can find anything on it, that would be very helpful. On the one we have here and the one that they were calling.
I'm assuming a library search may not turn up anything with
No,
that
not
number.
library search. I mean, the phone would reverse, like allocate to a person who is connected to the address that you just Mel did. And from what you understand, the individual goes by the name of David Kleiner. And if you do some more research on that name, you would learn that David Kleiner appears to be the birth name of one Lowball. So you're able to kind of connect those dots.
Can we
Again,
prove that he was there with the most recent call? He was in the fucking.
yeah, you definitely have
Yeah.
means of operationally proving that he was in that location. Again, it
Mhm.
doesn't seem like Bill's going to be someone who's
Yeah,
going to
of
want to be
course.
taking any calls from anyone.
But
So-
at least
Yeah.
some
Wait.
more for.
He's building a case.
When
It's-
Continental Brands figures out what's going on and decides that he's dead, he already promised he would send Letty the remainder.
Yeah.
So it's not money that's going to be something you want to chase. You want to
Yeah,
stay at good
sure.
rates.
Right. But that could line up with the footage from Cam.
yes.
And then
it'll
it
help your
can-
case.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So
Of
yeah.
why we were there, why we were actually there, and
And again, you can say that your contact, whoever the person who was asking for this assistance, is whoever you want to Militech. You can
Mhm.
tell them it was Bill Hagen with Continental Brands, or you can say it's somebody other than that.
yeah,
It's entirely up to you how
make
you
up
want.
some other person.
Just say it's a street contact.
Yeah.
Somebody who doesn't like lowball. There's definitely a lot of people who are of that ilk,
Yeah.
You don't get a name like Lowball without that.
right?
Yeah.
Um,
And then plus there's the stuff with the previous one with Lowball, so
yeah, absolutely. So, entirely up to you how you want to formulate that case.
Mhm.
I know
regard-
some of you don't think so, but I feel like this job went very well.
I did too, man.
I mean,
Almost too well.
it worked out in its own way.
I am not going to allude to what was missed because I don't want you
I'm
to.
sure there was a lot missed.
Got a gyrocopter.
The railgun alone. Oh man. Okay. Anywho,
You said you
Wait, is
wouldn't
the
allude to
railgun
it.
in the gyrocopter?
no, I'm not talking. No, there's no gun.
No. A gyrocopter, again, it's very flimsy.
Wait, was there a railgun?
A
we could have
railgun.
gotten?
Absolutely, a railgun would
was-
flip that shit right over.
No,
That was
there's
my
no recoil on a railgun.
favorite. That was
Oh,
my
yeah.
favorite as Crystal.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It wasn't that old 2045 bullshit. No, it was.
No, but
The railgun on that table was a lot more pricey, and more flavorfully narratively. But we're not going to get into it. Reggie was
It's
the only
all
one
good,
who
it's all
saw
good.
it, and he only saw it for a brief second as everything became.
Before he
a
never
symbol.
saw anything again.
No, he's fine.
He's gonna
He's
make
just-
it.
He's bleeding out of his ear.
Yeah.
He's gonna pull
The
through.
main critical injury is the bleeding ear, which they are working at repairing.
he can get us audio suite.
Dan, do me a favor and roll a d10.
Yeah. Bam.
Okay, so that's high enough that you'll be able to. They don't destroy the ear as they're trying to fix it. They are able to make their roll to successfully repair the critical injury. So in a couple of days or a few days, you'll be fine. And I'll be honest. As far as narrative goes, everything's kind of fast tracked towards an ending point, due in part to one decision. So I do not want anybody to feel like. Don't hate Dan because of that
No.
choice.
I already did.
No, not at all.
Man.
Absolutely not. I would
It was a-
never
it
hate
was a
someone for
fun
playing their
choice.
character.
Yeah.
Absolutely fine.
Like I said, I would have fucking rocketed the table, so it's fine.
That's fine. Yeah, I just want to
I,
make sure.
I came here for the banter and the setup with Gino.
We
like-
won our asses off.
So the X-22 grenades that were inside of those cases were white phosphorus grenades, Militech specific. So that wasn't Continental Arms shit, and so you would have seen the Militech logos before everything went white. Some of the other shit on there was Militech as well, but a lot of Continental as well. Lowball moves and shakes. But yeah, that's all I've got for you, folks. I really don't have much besides. So Reggie, or Dan rather, figure out how many days you'll be down based on the rules in the book. Let me know.
Take a few PTO days, buddy.
It's fine. Yeah, everyone else, great stuff. I'll deal with IP off screen. And thanks for watching those that did. Have a good night.